And we're live. We are live. Mr. Lee Judges, good morning.
Good
Welcome
morning.
back.
Good morning.
How we doing, my friend? Good
I am
morning,
good,
everyone.
thank you very much. I am good. I was looking forward to this, obviously, but I've got a football game like in a little while, so a quarter final, James.
Oh, okay. Congrats.
They're about to serve now. I think you're in for either a long day here or a short day.
Yes.
What do you reckon?
No, I think I'm in for a long day. I do. I think I'm in for a good 4 hours on court. Djokovic stepping up to serve
Yeah.
to kick things off. See, I'm going to be using so much football technology by accident. Kick things off. Not exactly the way to put it. And he's missed his first serve. But look, we're here. It's the Australian Open final. I have to say, Lee, there have been very few games this Australian Open I've been overly excited about, if I'm being really, really honest.
With you.
But this is one of them. I mean, Tsitsipas Djokovic in a final. I know they've met before in the French, but this one I'm excited about.
Yeah, like, listen, I'm with you on this. I've been a bit disappointed. Like, Nadal went out. Obviously, like, the Andy Murray games were exciting. I've got so much admiration for him because I knew that he wasn't going to go on and win the title. We all knew that, but the sheer determination just to get through a couple of rounds was incredible. Like, and hopefully that will start moving up the rankings a little bit so that it will make those first two rounds slightly easier for him. Like, you know what I mean? But that was the exciting thing for me. Too many good players gone out too early. And I don't know about you, James. It's like, they have a good performance against one of the big guns. Next round they go out. It's so annoying. Like, it does really annoy me.
But that's the problem, isn't it? When you're unseeded, and that's been Kyrgios's issue as well. He goes into tournaments unseeded because he's not playing as much tennis. Fine, that's a choice he's made, and I respect that, a lot to a degree. But you're gonna just have tougher games. I mean, Murray in his first week, well, in the only week he played, in fairness, Berrettini, Kokkinakis and Bautista go. I mean, that's hard going for anyone.
Well, that's second week normally, isn't it? Really, if you look at it, that's the sort of caliber of player that you would be playing. So I'm they changed this seeding rule a little while back. Like, I don't know how long ago it was now. It was a few years ago, and I all of a sudden you see like some big games in the first week, which is good. I get that. But then you're losing some of the better players for the second week, and also, James, which is another thing, they're going into the second week jaded, and that's what's probably happening. Djokovic, to be fair, has had a quite comfortable route to the final, hasn't he? Is that seeding thing that fair when, like, you've got a top player, hardly losing a set, James? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not. Listen, I'm not no expert. Djokovic won the first game. I'm no expert, like, on the tennis side, but I just sometimes just feel. I remember going Wimbledon years ago, and you'd see, say, like, Agassi, first round, 3 sets. But you as a fan knew that was probably going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Now you can go and you could actually see a much better game in the first and second round, more competitive. But, you're losing some of the big stars. So I don't know. It's a difficult one, I think, really. Difficult.
I've been, we've done a few videos on DR. By the way, welcome everyone who's joining us this morning. Ironic Arsenal says, Arsenal talk, fellas, come on. Feel free to send in any chats you want about football or anything you want to discuss, because tennis, it can be a long game. So you want to chat about other things, this is DR Sports. We will chat about some of those other things. So welcome everyone who's joining the stream. Djokovic has taken the first game pretty comfortably, 40-15 up, and then just hit a nice forehand winner. Tsitsipas now on serve, so it'll be interesting to see if there are any nerves in his first couple, shots on serve. But he's hitting some nice forehands here, Tsitsipas. Very Federer-esque sometimes, isn't it? Just the way, we know that that's a role model of his.
Yeah, I quite like him, to be fair. As you know, He's one of the new guys on the block. Listen, these younger players, should be taking these big players now. Like Nadal looks like he's coming to the end. Roger Federer is coming to, Djokovic has got a free run at it at the moment to really, because I think like the bodies and that are obviously, like, Federer's retired, as we know, and I think Nadal's body's breaking down again. But these younger guys should be coming up and doing it. I'll tell you what, this Open really disappointed me. Nick Kyrgios not playing in this tournament.
Yeah.
I think he would have won this.
Do you think? You think he'd have won it?
I think he would have, because I think the crowd would have been behind him. He won the doubles last year. Do you remember, with his mate?
Yeah.
I think that the Australian Open would have been the one for him, but unfortunately he's got a little knee injury. So that is the thing for me. Can he win one? Can he win Wimbledon? Can he win the US Open? I don't think he'll get near the French, but
I think he will win a slam. He's so
I think he will.
Going to get one. But I know what you mean there, Lee, about a slight disappointment. I sort of, I feel bad because it's so difficult, isn't it? I mean, Djokovic is so imperious. Nadal even not quite at his best. By the way, that was a big ace there for Tsitsipas at love 30. He's just served an ace, put it back to 15-30. And Damien is asking for predictions, so we'll get those in a sec. But I do have a sense of, okay, Nadal pulled out. Well, actually, he finished his game, but he was injured. Fine. Alcaraz, Kyrgios didn't even make the tournament because of injury.
Yeah.
But, the likes of Medvedev out early, Berrettini, I know, as Brits, we sort of really enjoyed the whole Murray story and all that. But let's be honest, Berrettini should be winning that.
100%.
And then progressing and going quite far. And I think there's quite a few that you look at, Taylor Fritz, for example, Casper Ruud, you just think, some of them are young, and that's fine. But then there are others that you think it kind of needs to start happening. You need to start. Okay, Djokovic is so good, you might still lose to a Djokovic, but at least getting to those semis or quarters even. And we had some early exits. We've ended up with a superb final, and Tsitsipas has now just saved an early break point. Djokovic with some early pressure.
Straight away under pressure on his serve, though, first game. Straight away, you know what I mean? And this is the problem that you've got, Djokovic's experience as well, James, what I mean? Like, knows how to win tournaments and all that. He's got to play at his very, very best today. I don't see it happening, to be fair.
I really hope Tsitsipas can just be really aggressive and just get onto it. But
who do you want to win?
Who I want to win?
Yeah.
Tsitsipas.
Yeah.
And you know what? Djokovic, I've always said Federer is the greatest of all time. For me personally, I think you've said Nadal. Is Nadal yours? I can't remember. But
yeah, well, I think Nadal. I think, do you know what? You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. I think it's one of those.
The thing is, I'm coming round to the, the more I see this guy, he won, and he's got 7 Wimbledon. He's probably going to get 8th. He's, now this would be his 10th Australian. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm into the out of it all. I think Djokovic is probably going to be the biggest Grand Slam winner.
Yeah, I think so too. And I don't want him to pull away from Federer, because I don't think it'd be right on the records that he pulls away from Nadal and Federer. It just, for me personally, I think there's so little in it. But others, maybe I'm holding on to just my love for Federer there. But I would want them all to stay around. What's Federer, 20, right? Nadal's 22. Keep them all around 20 to 23, really. I think that would just be a nice way, Yeah,
if they all could be like on that. The thing is, and this is how I see it, I don't think I've seen a better grass player.
Big hold that, by the way, from Tsitsipas.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. It was very, very good hold. Needed that.
Yeah.
I think that Federer is the best player I've ever seen on grass. Now, when I was growing up, James, you never had the Australian Open you could see on telly, or the French Open was on, the US Open you didn't see it on telly. It was just the French, you'd see bits of that, and obviously Wimbledon. So you'd see more of the grass players. I don't think there's been anybody better than Federer, but Djokovic could actually go and beat his Wimbledon record. Now, if he was to do that, You know, that would
Unbelievable.
be unfair on Federer. Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
Like, you know,
I
but then you'd have to say, well, hold on a minute, you've got to give this man a bit of credit. And the thing is, you know, 10 Australian Opens if he wins today. You know, we all go mad
know.
about Nadal on clay, but like I think 10 of these is better than Nadal because it's a specialist. You know what I mean? Like, you know, one or two, you know, like Federer's won what I think one with French. You know what I mean? Like these guys here, you know, can pick up 2 or 3, 4 maybe even in these sort of conditions in the Australian and the American. They just dominated this for 10 years. It's incredible, really. It's
There's a
incredible.
legitimate chance that Djokovic does the, what do they call it? The not the calendar slam. There's a better name for it. But basically, that he wins all 4 slams
Yeah,
this calendar year.
I think he's done it before. Has he done it before?
No, he's held all 4. So he's
Yes, I think
won,
that's
like, for
right. Yeah,
example, the French through to the Australian, but he's never had all 4 in one calendar year. I mean, but you could listen one final at a time, right? He's 40 love up now on serve. That's a nice backhand, and he's now 2-1 up. But he could. Although
yeah.
I do think I have a slight feeling Nadal's going to play and win one final French, and then
Yeah,
maybe
yeah. Well,
retire on that.
that's. I think he's go on it, like, you know what I mean. Which he can do. I just think even when I'm watching Nadal now, and I am Nadal fan. Out of all of them, he's my favourite at this moment in time. I think he's struggling, not struggling. That's the wrong word. He's winning games, but it's a massive, massive effort. A massive, massive effort with Nadal. I don't see Nadal breezing through to a final of a slam like Djokovic is doing.
It's been an imperious run from Djokovic. And I
Yeah,
know he's had a pretty favourable run there, but still, the way he's blown. The
yes,
one that impressed me. Not that I could watch a lot of it, but was the win against Alex Dimonor. What was it in the quarterfinals? Where blew him away. This is an Australian playing, obviously in the Australian
yes,
Open.
yes,
Good
yeah,
player. Was he top 20 or something like that? Just blew him away like it was nothing. And you're thinking, oh my word, he's just unreal. But hopefully, I really want Tsitsipas to really, stick it on Djokovic today. Federer in some of those Wimbledon finals, in his final years, Federer, and I know he never came through them against Djokovic, but he had a bit of success just by being really aggressive. And I know Djokovic has just got unreal defense, but you just got to keep going at it, because if you if you're a bit tepid and you get into just a rally with him, well, you've lost, because
yeah,
he'll just keep hitting the baseline. He'll be consistent. He's just an absolute machine. So you've got to be aggressive and try win the points early. Luckily, Tsitsipas has a big serve on him, and I think hopefully that will get him out of trouble a few times. You want a few free points. He's love 15 down now, but you hope there's an ace in this game for him.
yeah, yeah. But even straight away, looks like it's already set. You know what I mean? Djokovic cruising through his service games straight away. Love 15, love 30 on the last one.
Well, we were asked for predictions. So what's your prediction?
I think Djokovic in 3 straight. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah.
Oh
That's
my
why I
God.
said I think it'll be like a big you'll be in for a long day. If not, I think it's vital. Guy, I'll say this now. If Tsitsipas has got to win the first set. If he doesn't win the first set, 3 straight sets.
I've always thought that, but Djokovic lost the first set to Kyrgios at Wimbledon this year, lost the
Yeah,
first set to Berrettini last year. Uh, the only way I see Tsitsipas winning is if he wins the first 3 sets.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Well, there's that. I suppose, like, you know. So
honestly. But Damien, getting your predictions as well. Everyone getting your predictions. We've got a few questions on Caicedo as well and all that. We
oh
will chat about other sport and of course cover the football. Cloud going, Novak will win 3-1. We'll chat about some other things as well. As we said, tennis it can be long game, so we will touch on other things as well. We are live here on DR Sports Tennis. I was just having a little look. Okay, Tsitsipas is 24 years old, and I've got to give him some credit. Okay, in my head, you know, he was maybe 26, going on 27, maybe.
Yeah.
Still young at 24.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think he's in the next 2 or 3 years, he's going to not dominate, but he's going to get some opportunities to get some slams. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
where I think Kyrgios will get a chance as well, because you've got just Djokovic now to gun down, in my opinion. Maybe not so much in the French, but the Wimbledon and US Open are a little bit more open than that. But James, we let's be honest. We sat and said, "Oh, the French Opens, the Australian Open starts today," and we both said, "Yeah," and Djokovic is going to win it. You know what I mean? Here we are in the final 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
That's we don't want that for tennis. You don't want that for any sport. You don't. You want yes, you like favourites to do well. Of course you do, like, you know what I mean? But you do want it to be a little. You don't want people dominating it too much, because it gets a little bit, dare I say it, boring, unless you're that player or that team, like, you know what I mean? That's why it's so good that Arsenal win the league this season. Not because I'm an Arsenal fan, I just think it's good for football. I wanted Liverpool to win it a couple of years ago, and people would say, why do you want Liverpool? Because I don't want teams dominating it unless it's Arsenal, of course, you know what I mean? And it's the same with tennis a little bit. Like, it's just sport. It's spoiling it for me at the moment that Djokovic has just cruised to this. You know what I mean? Like,
that was a huge ace from Tsitsipas, by the way, at 15:30. Just pulled one out, and that's what we were saying just a minute or two ago, weren't we? I thought it was out.
Would you wear those shorts playing tennis?
What's that?
Would you wear those shorts playing tennis?
Yeah, I've seen a few people comment on them. Why not? Why not? And then Djokovic just applies the pressure with a big forehand. He's got himself another break point. So what's that? 3 or 4 break points he's had
3
already?
break points so far, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Unbelievable.
In the first 2 sets, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. He's putting the pressure on straight away, which is what good champions do. And I feel a little bit sorry for Djokovic because I think if it weren't for like the Nadals and the Federers, we'd love him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what a great player he is. But he's never really a fan's favourite, is he? Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Like,
No. We explored that a little bit, during Wimbledon and the coverage we did on DR Sports. Why is he not quite as loved? I think it's is that? Oh, he's broken. Djokovic 3-1 up. Is that double fault?
Double fault.
That is poor.
See, pressure.
Really poor.
Pressure.
Yeah. Early break.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's what whether you like it or not, James, look what he's just done here you know what I mean? He's really got him doubting himself. But
Luke did just remind us that, Tsitsipas was 2 sets up in the French when they met. Was it a couple of years ago?
Yes, and look, yes, he did. That's correct. Yes, he did. Yeah.
So, while that kind of also displays how unbelievable Djokovic can be, it sort of tells you that Tsitsipas does have it in him not to really let the occasion get to him too much, at least in the opening sets. But Djokovic is just, look at that. Now it's a nice smash, 15-love up. He could be 4-1 up here in about 10 minutes of play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this set will be over. What's it? Within about 5 or 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So
this might be the shortest tennis stream of all time. No, look, I've got confidence. I didn't give my prediction. I actually think this will be Djokovic in 4. I do think Tsitsipas is going to.
You feel that he's going to get one? Like, yeah, cool.
I do. I think he'll make Djokovic sweat. Djokovic, while he comes through, the big battles, he can have his moments, where he just maybe drops the opening set, or maybe, he gives the opposition a little bit of encouragement, or maybe the crowd just start to get in favor of whoever he's facing. And, Defo not a fan favorite. It's his football game. He's just talking about what we were saying about Djokovic before. I think it might just be a little bit of the on court, the where he goes to on court mentally to get through, some of the toughest battles. It doesn't always look, how do I say, the classiest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
whether
what
it be the kind of, the facial expressions, the shouts, the something. He sort of, and he really digs deep, and it's part of what makes him such a champion. But I think it's almost, whereas Federer and Nadal kind of conduct themselves, well, certainly Federer in a slightly more internal way. Internalized way? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Might be that.
Federer had his problems when he first started. Weren't that popular, and he turned it around. And look, everybody's not the same, are they? I don't know if I was a big McEnroe fan, but lots of people didn't like him, James. You know what I mean? I think everybody loves him now as a commentator and things like that. But generally, people didn't like him. And because of the antics of it all and that, tennis has changed a little bit, but I remember my mum saying, disgusting behaviour, and I used to love it, but there you go, so, and we all like a bad boy to a certain degree. I think that's why I like Kyrgios, because he's got that little bad thing in him, James. You know what I mean? So,
well, I think as we're approaching an era post Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, and Murray, I'm going to throw Murray in that. I know he doesn't have the slams, but he was always there competing. As we're entering that post era, I think Djokovic, by the way, has just taken this 4-1 now. I think we need two things. I don't know if you've seen that series, Breakpoint.
I'm watching it now.
Oh, he's not taking it. Sorry. It's 40-30. My bad.
He's just
bad. I thought he'd
missed a forehand
there away for a second.
I've just started watching that. Really good, isn't it?
He's gone for a drop shot there. Tsitsipas. He's cool as that. Well, I think tennis needs that. If it can have the impact that it's had on F1, then I think it will be good for tennis. And I think you want characters like Kyrgios as well. I think eyes on the game, because I honestly believe that it's one of the most amazing sports, tennis. I really do. And I think to get that insight into the players, and the thing with tennis is, it can be very easy to drop, but very easy to pick back up again. If you just want to watch the slams, for example, or whatever, I'll sort of follow results, but really I'm watching most of the slams more than anything else. But the fact that they come around sort of 4 times a year, it's an opportunity for people to sort of pick it back up and get into it. But hopefully, there'll be now more eyes on the tour more generally, and following these players. There's some really exciting young players, but they have to turn up and be going far in slams. We need to start seeing, and they're young, don't get me wrong, they are young. So there's plenty of time for this to happen. But Alcaraz, Sinner in the semi-finals, you want that. Alcaraz, Djokovic, Medvedev, Berrettini. These are the semi-finals you want.
Yeah.
And, actually what we've had is quite a disappointing set of semis, coming into this final. But we've been left with a good final. We need Tsitsipas to deliver.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like the last couple of, that's why the women's probably a little bit more open, if you know what I mean, because you're not too sure who's going to win them. But like in the semi-finals, when Djokovic pulled out, like Paul got to, you knew it was going to be easy. You know what I mean? I didn't even bother watching it, James. I knew he was going to win that. You know what I mean? You're in danger of losing a little bit of interest in it. I mean, I haven't followed this tournament as much as I would have done. Obviously, when Murray was in it, you do. But you have your favourites. I don't care. You don't but when you're seeing one-sided games in semi-finals and quarter-finals, it's not good for the game. I'm saying it's not good for the game. I'll go back to Wimbledon. Being Ball dominated Wimbledon back in the day, but it was 5 years. You know what I mean? But along that way, 3 sets. I don't really remember him winning in 3 sets in any of the finals. I remember, the McEnroe epics. Roscoe Tanner was a player that you won't remember, but had a big booming serve. Took it to 5 sets. He was never guaranteed that he was going to win those games. Now you look at it no one would sort of be going, "Oh right, yeah, McEnroe will win it in 3." You know what I mean? I think it's more hope than anything that this could be a close final. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no, absolutely. Well, Tsitsipas, he's trying to mix it up here. He went for not serve and volley, but he hit a forehand. He tried to come into the net. In the game before, he went for the drop shot. He's now 15-30 down. And has he just hit an ace? He has just hit an ace,
Yeah.
30 all. He needs that. He's going to need to get a few just cheap points on
Yeah,
his serve.
he's not serving as good as he normally does, by the way. Maybe
No,
he's just a little bit tight at the moment.
he's maybe a little bit. And Jock 30 all, but he's trying to mix. His backhand's been pretty good. Oh, I think my connection went for a sec there. His backhand's been pretty good so far. Tsitsipas. Judy says, Alcaraz is 19 already, world number one. Shame he got injured the week before the opening. Before the Open, watching from down under. Yeah, Alcaraz was someone I was really excited about, especially when you look at how he played in the US Open. I mean, I'd love to see how he's done. And Tsitsipas just turning it around here a little bit, 40-30 on serve. Can he pull this to 4-2? And then see if he can cause Djokovic a little bit of damage, because he's yet to have a break point, Tsitsipas.
That's a good point.
I'm excited about Alcaraz. I think Alcaraz can really rack up a lot of slams.
Yes. I think he's going to be a really good player, but injured, listen, back in the day, because it was in January and the time that it is, some of the players didn't really take this serious, this one, would pull out and things like that. But now, obviously, now they do. But
the Australian?
Yeah. It was like, going back quite a while ago, like not like in your era, but like they'd sort of pull out of it because it was like, it wasn't as prestige. I don't know why it was, because of the timing of it all. Like a lot of these players would have to be training over Christmas periods and things like that, so they wouldn't give it as the much detail that they do now.
Big serve from Djokovic there, 15 love.
Yeah, look at that.
Lee, I know we don't have you for too long, let's just answer some of the questions that have come in from the Arsenal fans. They're just asking what you think of Caicedo, rumours and reports that we've now made a £70 million bid. This is a lot of money it's going up to now. And the thing is, I'm now starting to think that, Brighton will do a deal, if we get maybe to 75, 80. But is that really what it's going to take to get a player out of Brighton who's played, less than a season's worth of Premier League games? It's unbelievable.
I always say this, James, that, if someone comes in for Saka, just for instance, right, and they say, we're going to give you 50 million for Saka, you're not going to take it, are you? You're going to blow it out of the water straight away. If they go in 120, 130, you might have to do it. You know what I mean? You're going to have to pay over the odds. Now, 60 million, I think, is fair deal. 65 to 70, James. You know what I mean? If they're not budging on that, let's walk away, because it's not worth doing it no more. Now, he's put in he's told them what he wants by doing what he's doing, and I think that, if you look at that as a player, it's not like the Harry Kane one. Harry Kane didn't go to Man City. I don't think he's ever been the same since, even though he's scoring goals and all that, But at the end of the day, you could turn around and Levy could sit down and go, look, they're only offering 80 million, Harry. We're not going to take that. And I think you can understand that. But if they were saying to Harry Kane, we've got 100 million and they're not budging, I think that would have turned nasty. You know what I mean? Like a lot nastier than what it did. Now, he could be sitting there with his agent going, come on, they've offered 70 million for my dream move and you're turning it down. Then you're going into dangerous territory with him, do you know what I mean? Where he's not going to play, he's not going to perform. If that's the case, you know what I mean, like, get it done. But I don't know about you, James. I'm not going to get myself excited by it. We need a midfield player. You could see we desperately need a midfield player after Friday night, and the drop off between Partey and like everybody's celebrating yesterday because the MRI scans come back and it seems to be all right, which we knew it was going to be anyway. I didn't think he was injured that much anyway. I think there was a reason what he done that for. But if you can't get that over the line, James, 70 million for a 21-year-old that's played 36 games, is it?
Mm.
What is this world coming
26,
to?
I think. I think it's even less.
Well, it's crazy. You know what I
In the
mean? So,
Prem. And in the Prem,
would
maybe.
you, what do you think? I've watched him a few times. I've got to say, you know what I mean? He's a top player. Didn't play against Arsenal, and we romped them.
Yeah.
When he's played after that, they've beaten Liverpool. They've won games after that. Like, you know, he's a very, very important player to them. But you've actually got to be
You know,
like in the deal or not.
you know, Lee, it really is. It's just down to what they've got in the. It's just down to what they've got in the. How do I explain it? When they're doing Arteta behind the scenes, right, going through everything, you know, and they're going through their targets. It really is that, you know, is Caicedo the only one they've got that they think is attainable in January? You know, who they think can be the difference between a Premier League title and not. And if they do, then you pay the 80 million and you just say, you
Yeah,
know what? It is what it is. You sometimes overpay. You know, Van Dijk would have felt like overpaying. You
yeah,
know, and he was
100%.
27, 28, I think, when he went to Liverpool. Maybe a little bit younger, to be fair. You
And
know,
he probably was.
you know, and
Probably was.
and then you don't talk about the price tag.
No, you don't
However,
talk about it. I remember Mane was another one they talked about. Don't talk about it no more. Like, you know, the
Mane
biggest
was
thing
talked
I
about.
think is of this transfer, James, is how can I say it? You know, I think the Mudryk one would do us good because I tell you why. If you're that player now, he's thinking, well, if they don't do this, they're going to get somebody else, and I'm left here like
Yeah.
out of it now. Like, do you know what I mean? So he's worried that Arsenal will go, right, okay. And it's happened before. Oh, right, we've gone for somebody else, you know what I mean? Like, and we've gone and got another player, and that's left. Well, what happens to that? What happens to that player? Like, do you know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
I think he's panicking that maybe Arsenal will pull out of this and go and get somebody else, and that's his dream move gone. You know what I mean? So, he's going to do everything he can to force that move. I
Mhm.
don't like that, but that is the way of the world. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, we've had it happen to us before, James. It's the way of the world. You know what I mean? Like, players are going to force moves through. You know, are we bothered that Trossard, you know, had a falling out in training because he tried to force the move after what we see on Friday? Not at all. You know what I mean? Like, he got what he wanted, you know. So we've got to accept that, like, you know. So listen, if Arsenal come out, I honestly think, James, you know what I mean, if Arsenal don't come out of a midfield player in this window, I think you can kiss goodbye to the title. I really do.
Really? You think it's that
And I think
serious?
we've got a fantastic chance to win it. Because you see on Friday, I felt we was fantastic in the first half.
Mm.
We've not our best side. Manchester City playing their best side that they thought was available, dominating midfield.
Mhm.
Second half, they took over in midfield and they win.
Yeah.
You know, we need Partey. I think at the end of the day, any other player in that team we can get away with. Jesus, you know, look how good Jesus was. Have we missed him? No.
Yeah, yeah, fair point.
Any other player, if Shinchenko went down, you know, which he has done at this time, but I think if Partey was to go down, I don't think we've got an adequate replacement or anybody like that. And I think the drop off in the team will be Colossus, and that is my big worry, and that's why everybody's on their phones at half time trying to get information. Like, I was there, you know, people ringing home, and we was
Mm.
doing it as well. Like, is it an injury or is it? You know,
Mhm.
I don't want to go. I don't want to be watching games like that, James. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's been, you know, he's been fantastic. Like, you know what I mean? So,
My only thing is, I think Arsenal will be exploring whether Zubimendi and targets like that, you know,
yes.
he's got a release clause that, you know, he'd cost less than Caicedo, but it's about tempting him to actually leave Sociedad and want to join, you know, at
Well, that's what we've got to do.
you know,
Like,
in
you
the
know?
middle of a season when they're doing quite well. So Tsitsipas with a big hold there, even if it's just to make this set
Yeah, he's got to
respectable.
serve it out. Like, James, listen, I have to go.
It's been
So,
an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining,
no
Lee.
worries, and I shall see you in a week. Good luck to everybody in the chat, and
Absolutely.
hope it
See
is the
you.
final that you all hope it's going to be like, you know. So
Wow. You
I'll
know
be
what? It
listening
looks
to
like
it.
it's
I'll
gonna
be
be a
listening to
comfortable
it
first set for
on my
Djokovic.
phone.
We'll see.
No
Thank you,
worries,
Lee.
like, no worries, like, yeah. Take care, like, you know.
Cheers, mate. Bye bye bye.
Bye 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 bye.
You're stuck with me, everyone. You're stuck with me, but we're going to have some fun. And Djokovic with a big forehand has just gone 15 love. But like I said, we'll talk about other things as well. We'll talk about other things. So send in comments, send in your thoughts. I've got a load of wires that I'm just trying to avoid. People were asking me about my mug earlier, Central Perk mug. Do you guys watch Friends? Can you even ask me about Friends if you want? Ask me whatever you want. We're here for a while. Strap in. Big up, Lee Judges. See you later. Great to see Lee from Oshoki. Thank you very, very much. Breaking news also says that Chelsea completed the side back of Malo Gusto. Yeah, they brought in their right back. Djokovic is 30 love up. I guess if he wins, these next couple points or whatever, takes a set, we'll have a second to reflect on the first set. But it has been pretty comfortable. I haven't seen anything that suggests that Tsitsipas has really got into his stride yet, because Djokovic has had plenty of break points and he's looked comfortable on his serve as well. He's just served the first serve into the net. He had hamstring issue, didn't he, Djokovic, going into this? Should go get Haidara, similar profile to Partey, says Lewis. Well, someone on Twitter was saying, why not just go get the player that Brighton are going to end up replacing Caicedo with? Isn't that just the way to sort of bypass all this, because they're so bloody good at recruitment? And a little bit more of an extended rally, and Djokovic comes out the loser on that point. 30-15. Can they put any pressure? Hey James, how are you? Says Caduling. All good. How are you? All good. It's the morning. It's early. I was out last night as well. Friend of mine's leaving for Australia, so had to say my goodbyes. Very sad, but yeah, we're up early. It's about 9:20 here UK time. Thank you to the Australian Open for a late start there, because it must be about 8:30 there. Well, 20:08 or whatever. Djokovic, I think, has just hit a big serve. He has. He's 40-15. Come on, Djokovic, this third eye boy. So we've got people wanting Djokovic to go get it, and he'd equal Nadal's 22 with a win, and he's about to serve 2 set points, and he is absolutely cruised. I mean, we've been live 37 minutes. 37 minutes. We went live just as it started, and he's got it. First set to Novak Djokovic. He has cruised it. Let's be absolutely honest. He has cruised that. I mean, right, how am I going to make this look good on the scoreboard? Apologies, we're sort of let's go. 1 love up. Actually, yeah, this might be it. Yeah, that's how we'll do it. Apologies, everyone. Brackets, love. How's that going to look? Yeah, you get the gist. Right, Djokovic is set up. And look, you know what? He looked. Get your comments in. Let me know your thoughts on that first set. He looked very comfortable. He just, he hasn't conceded a break point to Tsitsipas. He's looking more confident in the rallies. He looks like he's been there before, which he has. This would be his 10th Australian Open. He's absolutely cruising it. You've got Tsitsipas, who's just struggling to impose himself. You know what Tsitsipas I think needs? Not to break him early, but just his first 2-3 service games of the second set, just come through it really comfortably. He needs to just try and come through it with a degree of, sorry, the camera's there. I should be talking to you a lot bit more. He needs to just come through with a little bit more, just ease, hit a couple aces, win it, 40 love, 40-15, that kind of thing, get through it, and then just sort of say, right, now you're struggling to break me. Can I just put a little bit of pressure or, on the return? But yeah, he's struggling to just, impose himself on Djokovic here a little bit. Sunset nearly out there in Australia, Rod Laver Arena out in Melbourne. And yeah, 6-3 up. The world number 3, or the third seed going into this Tsitsipas against Djokovic. I think the winner goes to world number 1. Anyway, To the people who are here in the room, hit the like button if you enjoy this. Let me know your thoughts as well on the final and what's going on. Tsitsipas now serving. And he didn't serve first. Djokovic opened serving. I wonder if that will give him a little psychological advantage just to try and stay ahead. That was a big serve. He's 15 love up. What can he do now for the rest of the match? He needs to try and get into him a little bit here. 2 first serves in. It's a nice forehand from Tsitsipas. And now cross court back forehand. Cross court again. It's just a little. He just feels like he's pulling his punches. Yeah, that's poor from Tsitsipas. It's a good first serve, sort of. I mean, Djokovic's return is unreal, but then he just neutralizes the rally Djokovic because Tsitsipas there just looks like he's just pulling his shots a little bit. I don't know how to explain. He just doesn't look like he's really committing to it. Mike said this isn't about Tsitsipas, it's about Djokovic being too good. Yeah, I mean, sure. Gilberto says, Djokovic just too strong. You know what? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it could easily just be that. 30-15 though, Tsitsipas now, and he's got another serve. Just get through this, win the next 2 points, get through it fairly comfortably, and then just see if you can apply some. That's a nice first serve. But look at Djokovic's returns. Unbelievable. What a lovely backhand from Tsitsipas. He needed that. Just a nice backhand winner. He's hit a few actually in this match so far already. He needed that just to give him a little, just a little bit of punch, just a little bit of something. If he doesn't hold this game, it's match over already, says JM. Struggle to disagree with that, That's good. And there we go. That is a big hold. Well done, Tsitsipas. He's 1 up. He is 1 up in the second set. Good start. Really good start. Some big shots there. Some big winners. He needed that. Just get a bit aggressive. Just take it to him. And that's all he can do. Just really take the game to him. I like Tsitsipas. I like his style. He he does, you can see that his game is sort of very inspired by Federer. I love the one-handed backhand. Clearly wants to be aggressive. I want him to do well. Let's have a look at some of the stats. Tsitsipas with 6 aces to Djokovic's 2 in the game so far, but he has got the one double fault. The one double fault that I think was it was on the break point, wasn't it? 67% first serve percentage in. Djokovic was 72, and he's won 75% on points on his first serve. Djokovic with the staggering 94, and that just tells you everything. He's getting most of his first serves in, nearly 3 out of 4, and he's winning almost all his points on his first serve. But Djokovic had 3 break points. Tsitsipas, not even 1 yet. Djokovic is 15 love up already. And yeah, like I said, everyone, we are live here on DR Sports. We are watching the Australian Open final. Send in your comments, send in your thoughts, send in questions. Doesn't have to just be tennis related. And it's another big serve from Djokovic, 30 love up. Doesn't have to be tennis related. Can be football, can be anything. Let me know your thoughts. I was just saying, what Central Perk mug here. I've had it was a chamomile tea. Got a bit of a sore throat. So, yep, send in anything you want to chat about. What do you think about Anthony Gordon to Newcastle? Asks Lewis. What do I think? I think you don't have to do a lot in the game to suddenly be really rated now. And that's all within the context of, achievements for Premier League footballers, not doing a lot in the game. Wow. I mean, Anthony Gordon, has played for Everton, has scored goals and played brilliantly in the Premier League. You can only give him immense, and there we go. Djokovic holds 1-1. You can only give him immense credit for that. However, he's not done a lot. Let me just change the scoreboard. Here we go. Back on Tsitsipas serve. 1-1. He hasn't done a lot, has he, Gordon? Whenever I've watched him, I've not thought, oh, wow, he looks brilliant. Someone's going to pick him up. So I'm really surprised that Newcastle went for that, especially when they've got Almiron, St. Maximan, Isaac, Callum Wilson, Joe Linton's been playing in the front three as well. But maybe they've done that so they can bring Joe Linton to midfield. But Anthony Gordon, Eddie Howe's recruitment, Newcastle's recruitment, the team he's been building, has been pretty spot on. And maybe he wants just a little bit more something in the final third. Wilson's had injury problems. Isaac has had injury problems. Maybe just a little bit more depth. They're really going for the Champions League. And if that's the player Eddie Howe wants, then in fairness, they're backing him. But I do think, 45 million. I don't like the way it's happened as well, if I'm honest. And that's, I'm going to be consistent. I think that a little bit with Caicedo. I think even if you want to put in a transfer request, you've got every right to ask your club to leave if you want to go somewhere else because you feel there's another potentially better opportunity for you. That's absolutely fine. But I do think you should really be sort of training and doing your job. And then, you can put your transfer request. You can, put it out there and say, look, I want to leave. You can make, should you make it public? I'm not sure. I should want to discuss that in a video actually on my channel. I might do that a little bit later today. But, I do think, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Newcastle went for it. I'm not sure about Anthony Gordon at the moment as a player, but that's just me. Tsitsipas 30 love up, and Certes has a nice forehand. He's looking a lot more aggressive. 40 love up on serve. This is good. This is what he needed. Player power is very dangerous, says BX Gunner. A lot of forced moves. You know what it is? And again, like I said, I'll explore this more on a video on my channel. It is dangerous, but clubs can sort of just drop a player whenever they want, can't they? Clubs can just go, you're in the reserves. The manager could just not fancy you. Fans can turn on a player very, very quickly. It works both ways. The sort of the synergy and happiness between a player and club, it's very two-way, right? It's very fragile. It can go wrong for either one. If one starts to outgrow the other, clubs are sharks. They're ready to come in and take advantage of that situation. So, yeah. Someone says, stop chatting footy, Lee. You're absolutely right. But as I said, it's a long thoughts. We can chat about Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Had a little face-off yesterday. Look forward to that. Not that massive into fight content, but I'm looking forward to that one. 2-1. That's and this is exactly what I said Tsitsipas needed. He needed just a few really big kind of holds, where he just kind of comes through it quite comfortably, no stress. It says to Djokovic, look, you're just going to need to work a little bit harder. Even if he just comes through this set and wins it on a tie break, at least he's getting Djokovic thinking, oh, I've not got anywhere near a serve this set. I think that's what he needs. Matt says, football's a cold-hearted business now. Same as tennis, it's led by money and not by any romance. I think there's a lot of romance in these sports for sure still. But, unfortunately, money's a big part of sports and life, unfortunately. Ahmed says, good morning. James, good morning. Thank you for joining the stream. It is 9:30 here. We are live in the UK. And Djokovic has absolutely cruised to the first set. But Tsitsipas looking like he's showing a lot more resistance. 10 minutes gone in the second. Tsitsipas 2-1 up. The reason, we're 3 games into this second set, 10 minutes in, is largely because Tsitsipas is doing his thing. Still got a little bit of a sore throat. Apologies, that's coming through. Must keep drinking water. But yeah, now Djokovic is serving and he's got a superb serve. And you know what? The serve percentage, sure, that's a stat that tells you. The aces will suggest that, Tsitsipas his serves on point. But with Djokovic, look at where he places the ball. Even if it's not an ace, he's working you so hard. His placement of his serve is unbelievable. His placement of all his shots, he just knows how to find the angles. And that's another great serve down the line. But Tsitsipas returns it. And his backhand's been good, Tsitsipas. And there we go, 15-all. His backhand's been good, Tsitsipas. He's actually, been able to return it with some power. Quite deep. it's been pretty is where you can maybe lose a little bit of rhythm. Just had a slight connection issue. You know what I'm going to do? Just going to quickly open the door so that the Wi-Fi should come through a little bit. Djokovic still serving. Be back in one. We're back. Hopefully the internet holds out. Apologies. Right. What can Tsitsipas do here? Is it a good forehand? And Djokovic has put it wide. 15-30. A little bit of pressure. What's the better sport? Says Jesus Elsevier. Tennis or football? Well, football's my favorite sport. Football, I think, is the better sport. But tennis, I think, is an unbelievable sport. And what I would say is whenever I'm playing the two, if there's one I enjoy more when I'm like in the zone, you're feeling it, you're playing your best. It's probably tennis. When you're playing tennis and you're playing well, it is so satisfying. It's shot after shot. You're constantly involved. With football, a game can go past. Even if you are playing well, you might not get the ball for ages. Although I say that when you're playing well, you're gliding through challenges. There's nothing like playing football at your best. Djokovic now, 15-30. Second serve. Okay, it's a slice return from Tsitsipas. Djokovic now with an aggressive forehand. Tsitsipas with a few defensive shots there. He's done quite well there. He's gone for the backhand, but he's shanked it a little bit. Djokovic, he's got the smash. Yeah, he's taken it. 30-all. That was nice and aggressive from Djokovic. Tsitsipas, he just shanked that backhand a little bit. That's what I meant when I said about 30 seconds ago that the backhand there, Tsitsipas's backhand has been good. But when you've got a one-handed backhand, sometimes you don't connect. It can be quite a flimsy shot. With Djokovic, and the two-handed backhanders, there's a little bit more control. When you've got that two-hand, there's a little bit more punch and a little bit more control behind it. You might not always find the same angles. You might not always find, those glorious winners. Well, you can, but the one-handed backhand looks glorious, doesn't it? When you get it down the line and you hit that win, as we seen Tsitsipas already doing this set. Oh, that's good from Tsitsipas. Oh, that was the chance. He shanked another one. It was a really good return from Tsitsipas. He's hit it kind of cross-court lob. And Djokovic, he can't really do much with the smash. And for a long time, Djokovic wasn't the greatest smasher in the game at all. And Tsitsipas just has to forehand it down the line. He shanked it out. That was a big, big opportunity for Tsitsipas. And now it's 40-30 Djokovic. Is that an ace? It is. 2-2. That was a big moment. Don't let it get to you, Tsitsipas. Don't let it get to you. Keep going, because he's been serving brilliantly. 2-2. Djokovic is set up. Who are you rooting for? Says Chelsea supporter with a Man City badge. Tsitsipas. I want Tsitsipas to win it. I don't want Djokovic running away with it. I want him, Nadal, and Federer to be as close as possible. And now he's just hit a really poor first serve. Tsitsipas there. Just high, wide, long, wide, everything. And now they're into a rally, and he's shanked it wide again. Tsitsipas. 2 poor forehands on the last 2 points. Not good enough. Not good enough. You get these opportunities, you've got to take them. Love 15. Got a question there. I've seen you, Arthur, asking about Brighton, Liverpool. We'll just find out. We know Casado isn't playing in that. Right. This is a big point. Tsitsipas, a nice forehand. Nice backhand. That is good. And it's wide. That's good. That is good. Another backhand bailing him out. Just had it confirmed. There is no stream for Brighton, Liverpool. Apologies for that. But that was a big, big backhand there from Tsitsipas. 15-all. Let's just check Twitter. any transfer news, any sort of breaking news. We know how relentless sports news can be. Tsitsipas now. Good first serve down the line, but Djokovic returns and he's pulled it wide. He's gone for that Federer cross court. He's standing quite central. He's on the forehand, but he's gone towards Djokovic's backhand and he's pulled it wide. There's Rod Laver watching. No news. No news really to chat about here. We have a question. Cool Hand Luke, do you have a one-handed or two-handed backhand? It's a one-hander, but it's not very good. Although when you pull it off, it looks good. And now Djokovic pulls it wide. 30-all. That was big. That was a big point for Tsitsipas. 30-all. Could have been 15-40. But Tsitsipas kept going with the cross court there. Put it on Djokovic. And he's just shanked it down the line. He went for the Nadal, the whip when it goes behind his head. I think Djokovic was once telling a story about how his son does that a lot. And he said, he's sort of inspired by Nadal. But Djokovic obviously is all about the sort of perfect technique, That's a big serve from Tsitsipas. Puts him 40-30 up. What's he got here? Can he hold? And then ask another question. Djokovic, he should have been 30-40 up or a breakup. No, it was 30-all, I think it was. That's a big moment for Tsitsipas just to get a break point. What football team do you support in the Premier League? I'm an Arsenal fan, Arthur. I'm an Arsenal fan. You'll see me on AFTV. That's where I'm doing all my Arsenal content, chatting about other stuff on my channel as well. Is that double fault? Oh, he's double faulted. Tsitsipas is double faulted. That's 2 on 40-30 as well. It's not good enough. Harry Maguire himself. I haven't watched tennis in so long. I'm a Man United player. Welcome to the stream, Harry Maguire. That was long as well. Come on, Tsitsipas. Come on. Don't double fault again. You do see Henry on the wall, says B Gunner. Exactly. 2 absolute goats. Henry and Roger Federer. Tsitsipas now. He's got the advantage. Can he hold? Thanks, mate, says Harry Maguire. Who's winning the cricket, says Arthur. I'm not sure. I don't follow cricket. I do sometimes pay attention when the Ashes is on. Tsitsipas now. Big serve. And he has made the first serve, but it was a good return from Djokovic. Still Tsitsipas sort of the aggressor in the rally. A couple backhands. Big forehand. He's gone down the line. And this is another big forehand and he's hit the winner. That's good. That's a big hold. That's another big hold there from Tsitsipas. This is what I said. Even if you're not getting that early, that early break or anything like that, that's fine. Just at least ask the question of Novak Djokovic. Okay. All right, I might not be breaking you. I'm not even getting break points, but are you going to break me? And so far, he's come through his 3 service games comfortably. And that is what I asked of him. Would you start Trossard or Martinelli against Everton? Says Waleed. I'd still go Martinelli. I thought Trossard looks really bright. I'm glad we've got that competition, but I do think I'd still go Martinelli. I think Martinelli just, he looked good by the way he came against Everton. Then we've got to stick by him a little bit. I know he's not been at his absolute best, but yeah, I would go Martinelli. Constant pressure, says Mike from Djokovic. I agree. Big up James, says Amin. Love from Africa. Thank you so much. Have you ever been to Wakey Wine, says Chelsea supporter? No, I haven't, unfortunately. Have I ever been to Africa, says Amin? Yep, been to Kenya. I went to Kenya. It was amazing. I was a long time ago, but absolutely loved it. I was in Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah, amazing. Absolutely amazing. What else have we got? Cape Town was unreal. That was more recent. I remember it more. I've got penguins here. It's so early in the morning. I haven't had a chance to have breakfast yet. Would you like to hear the joke, everyone? As we get ready for Djokovic to serve. You've had a penguin? The best. Why did the penguin make a fish pun? Just for the halibut. It's not the best, is it? But anyway. They normally actually do get me laughing a little bit, but anyway. Right, Djokovic to serve. Need a bit of chocolate to keep me going. Djokovic just serve one into the net. What's the second hand? This second serve got. He needs to get more depth, Tsitsipas, on these returns. You know, that was the second serve from Djokovic. Didn't have a lot on it. They just hit into the middle of the court. And now they're rallying. Tsitsipas just put a little bit more on that forehand. He's gone for the drop shot. And he's made it. He's made it. That's nice. Nice from Tsitsipas. Love 15. He went for the drop shot. Just sort of skimmed the top of the net. Now love 15. That was good. Tsitsipas, he mixed it up in two different ways. He went with a big, and it sort of started with, Djokovic hits a second serve. It wasn't all that. Not the greatest return from Tsitsipas. But they get into a rally, and Tsitsipas just mixed it up with just putting a little bit more behind that forehand. They unsettled Djokovic a little bit because when you're mixing up the shots, goes to the big forehand and then follows it up with a drop shot. He's just asking different questions of him. And now Djokovic has a smash here. Yeah, 15-0. How old are you, says Harry Maguire? I am 27. I'm 27. How many years have you been an Arsenal fan, says Arthur? I came into quite late. I was about 10, 11, so 15, 16 years. My first real season, I remember, was the 06-07 Champions League final. You could say me becoming a fan was the start of the decline for Arsenal. But hey, we're on the out. Djokovic now. That's a really nice serve, but it's about the placement again. Tsitsipas can't get it back. Ashton, thank you for your really kind words. I've seen that. Comparing me to two fantastic YouTubers. Thank you very much. I tell you what, it's an honor to even be mentioned with names like that. So appreciate it. Bentner or Shamak? For the first 6 months, Shamak did a real job for us. It kind of gets forgotten that Shamak was a good player for us at the beginning. But, then Van Persie found his form and then it was poor. Did I watch the Invincible season? No. I was too young. Well, no, I wasn't too young. I just wasn't as into it at the time. And that's another big serve from Djokovic. 2 big serves, 40-15. It's a way to turn it around. James, what are your future plans? Well, keep doing DR Sports content. Keep covering tennis here. Keep covering football on my channel. Keep covering Arsenal on AFTV. That's it. Just enjoy the ride. Well, he says, I agree, mate. Thought Martinelli was very live when he came on. Just shows you what healthy competition can do. You're spot on. Hopefully, like I said over the line, would you pay 80 to 90 million? I would if there's no one else. Like if someone said to me, it's 85 million, we'll go in the middle, 85 million or nothing, then I would pay it. He's put it wide and it's 3-3. But if you're saying to me, basically, would I ditch it at that price and explore other options? Yeah, I would. I probably would. Can you get Zubimendi? Can Arteta get on the phone and say, look, I know you're enjoying life. With Real Sociedad, things are going well. But please, please come and join us for our title charge. Try and convince them there. It says, want to see you with your own channel, James. Appreciate that. I've got a channel. I've got one. It's just called James B. James AFC, something like that. There's a question about Kieran Tierney. That was quite good. Oh, it's a lovely backhand from Tsitsipas. That is a lovely. He's had a few of these in this match, and I think that's important for him. I think it's really important that he's pulling those off because, his forehand's good. So it's at least saying to Djokovic, you don't want to send it to my backhand either because I'll rip one down the line. And he's just done that. That is brilliant. That is really, really good. There's a question of Kieran Tierney. Would you sell Tierney 40-50 million summer? I would. Sorry, I love Tierney. I would love for him to stay. I love Kieran Tierney. I also think he's a different profile of left back. In the same way, Smith Rowe is more of a pass and move winger, or number 10. Odegaard is in a different style of number 10. Martin is a different style of winger. Tierney's a different style of left back. I really rate him as well. I would keep him in the team, in the squad, but 40, 50 million, I would do that because, also for him, he's too good. He deserves to be playing week in, week out. MK says, Arsenal fans need to apologise to Liverpool fans for deludedly thinking Tierney is anywhere near Robertson's level. I think he still is near his level. Now, after going 15 love up, it's now 15-30. And here's Djokovic looking to apply the pressure at 3-all in the second set. Now, Tsitsipas just going back to get another ball here. I think he's just settling himself. Fire Up says, thought this was a tennis stream. It is. But, he's waiting for a ball, Tsitsipas. We're here to talk about sport and all sorts. Here's Tsitsipas. This is big, and he's missed the first serve. He needed a big first serve there. He needed a big first serve. Messi or Ronaldo? Messi for me. I think we have had that surely proved right this winter. It's a good backhand again from Tsitsipas. He needs this point. It's a nice forehand, really aggressive, and now he's gone with a backhand. Cross court. He's now gone down the line. Tsitsipas are going to be aggressive here. Djokovic, though, returning deep. Oh, this is good from both. That's really nice from Tsitsipas. And Djokovic has just fallen on the floor. But that was forced by Tsitsipas being really brave at 15-30. He could have choked up a little bit there. He could have pulled his punches, but no. And now Djokovic is at the floor. And if I'm guessing that the crowd is going really wild here for Tsitsipas. He looked like he might have just rolled his ankle a little bit there. But we know that he's got unbelievable flexibility in his ankles. He'll be fine, Djokovic. He doesn't seem to be holding it or reacting to it. He'll just be a bit disappointed he's gone down. But that was really big and brave from Tsitsipas. That is the word. It was brave, and it's only 30-all. But those are big points. He's now hit a big serve. Oh. And he's taking the point. That's good. That's good from Tsitsipas. He's coming into this. Tsitsipas there. He's hit a big serve down the line. Djokovic got it back. And then he took on the volley forehand. But because he took it so early, he didn't quite catch it as he would have wanted. Djokovic actually gets the return, but he hits the smash, Tsitsipas. And now it's 40-30. James, you play FIFA, says Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire himself. Not really. I mean, I played on a stream for AFTV recently, and I was actually all right. I used to play, but I haven't played in a while. I might have to do a water run, everyone. Can't lie. Maybe at the next service game break. Oh, Tsitsipas. Oh, he's missed it. Has he? Did he just miss that? Oh, what's just happened? He has. Oh, everyone, he's missed it. Then it was good. It was good from Tsitsipas, but Djokovic gives you nothing. He hits a great forehand. Djokovic gets it back. Then he hits a smash. Djokovic gets it back. And then he's got a nice sort of backhand volley, and he's put it wide. Tsitsipas, unlucky, says Mohammed. Was it unlucky? I mean, he's playing well. He's playing a lot better in this second set, but he's got to make that. What's your favourite Grand Slam? Wimbledon every day of the week, followed by US Open, followed by the Australian, followed by the French. Okay, Tsitsipas, what have you got now? Keep playing your tennis. That's a lovely forehand. And he's taking it on again. A nice forehand volley. And he took it early again. This is good. This is aggressive play. This is really nice from Tsitsipas. Advantage. And now Djokovic looks furious. Who's he moaning to? Looks like his coach. Now, are they allowing coaching? Because I remember they brought it in, I think, for the US Open. So is coaching allowed now? Is coaching allowed? I think it probably is. Well, I'm not saying, by the way, that, he's getting points. I was just, whether he'd have any sort of points deducted or anything. I was just wondering it. Because I remember it was a temporary thing, wasn't it, for the US Open? They were testing it. It's a nice backhand from Djokovic. And he's now got Tsitsipas on the defense. Tsitsipas now, that's a nice backhand. And Djokovic pulled it wide. And Tsitsipas with a big hold. That is a really, really big hold. 4-3. And now the question is going to be asked of Novak Djokovic again. What have you got for me? This is good. This is really good from Tsitsipas. Right. I'm going to get a quick water break. Apologies, everyone. They're long, these tennis streams. I will be back very... And we're back. Told you it'd be a second. Won't be gone long. Here we are. 1 hour and 10 minutes. God, doesn't it feel like that? It's flown by. Thank you, everyone who's joined, who's watching this stream. We are witnessing Djokovic come through a first set very comfortably, but he's now being put under a little bit of pressure. Let's have a little look at the stats. Let's have a little look at the stats. Djokovic's coach, I think, telling him to keep calm. Right. And now Djokovic's his percentage, the points he's winning on his first serve, win percentage on his first serve, 93%, still unbelievable. He's picked out a few more aces. Tsitsipas, though, doing a lot better now. Yet to have a break point, but he's denied Djokovic a break point in this set as well. That is key. New balls, and Djokovic is serving at 3-4. Well, I will say, though, Djokovic has won 49 points, Tsitsipas 41. It's about winning the key points, the big points. But, you know, Tsitsipas is really growing into this. Was that wide from Djokovic? It was. Love 15. Love 15. Here we go. What have you got? What have you got, Tsitsipas? Can you break? Love 15. Djokovic with the serve. First serve down the line, he's hit an ace. That is a brilliant serve. Harry Maguire says he'll be back. Harry Maguire himself. Well, it fully depends on how much of a resistance Tsitsipas puts up here. It all depends on him, quite frankly. Djokovic with a nice serve, flying down the line, and he shanked it. 15-30. Okay. Djokovic getting frustrated, and now giving away a few cheap points himself. This will be very, very encouraging for Stefanos Tsitsipas. What have we got? We've got a few football questions coming in. I'll tackle them just after this game because this is finally poised. 15-30 on Novak Djokovic's serve. And he's looking a little more shaky in his recent service games. Quite a few bounces of the ball there, taking his time. Is that an ace? No. Wide. That's why I need the commentary. You can hear the line call. Out or fault. What do they shout? You shout fault. 15-30, second serve. Opportunity here for Tsitsipas. Be aggressive, as you've been doing. Nice backhand. Again, just falls into the middle of the court, though. That's nice and deep. Hit the net. It's unfortunate. It's so Djokovic, he's hit a slice backhand that's just clipped the net. Was it a slice backhand? And he's just clipped the top of the net. And Tsitsipas has had to sort of sprint over, but he's not been able to get it. Djokovic apologizes. He hits it long. Shame that. But it's an opportunity here for Tsitsipas. He's still as close to a break as he was a point ago. Remember, he's got to remember that. Djokovic serving 30-all, 3-4 down in the second, but they're on serve. They are on serve. Djokovic for the second now. Need Djokovic to win in straight sets, says Sebastian. No, come on, we want a match here. We want Tsitsipas to come through. Tsitsipas with a nice forehand, return, open the racket, bit of a slice return there. Now they're rallying. That's a lovely backhand from Tsitsipas. It's been good for him, his backhand today. Tsitsipas goes down the line. Djokovic has come to the net. Now he's missed it. Oh, another one for Tsitsipas. Another one. I mean, you've got to give credit to Djokovic because he's putting a lot behind that backhand. And those, he's forcing Tsitsipas, to find it difficult, but he should be making that. He should be making that Tsitsipas. That would be disappointing for him. 40-30. He'll be frustrated. You can see he's frustrated. And the Djokovic camp know that was a big point. He played it well, Tsitsipas. He's growing into it. I still don't think he's playing at his best, but he's at least matching Djokovic here in this second set. And it's 4-4. Djokovic holds. But he's getting closer. But he's still not he's not had a single break point yet. Djokovic is just looking too good, too mentally strong. Waleed asks how I got into tennis. Well, I used to just play it as a kid. I used to have lessons. I used to play with my family on holiday. I loved Federer. You would watch Wimbledon. Been to Wimbledon quite a lot. I've always loved it when I go. And I just think it's a great sport. I think it deserves more eyes on it. But as we're entering the end of let me rephrase that. As we're exiting the era of the big three, I think we need these other players. I think it's really good for tennis if Tsitsipas wins this. That's what I'd say. We need these others to step up and win slams. We want Tsitsipas and Medvedev going at it for slams. We want, Alcaraz, Sinner, the likes of Rude, Fritz, all them stepping up. Auger-Aliassime. That's a lovely forehand down the line again from Tsitsipas. He's had quite a few winners like that, and he is looking more aggressive. He is taking it to Djokovic more in this second set than he did in the first, and he's 15-love up, and that's really nice. It's nice from Tsitsipas. He's looking. What I will say, he's not looking like the occasions getting to him. He's. Maybe that first set, I think Djokovic was just too good. Nakan Yuso says, score update, please. You're taking too long to update the score. Apologies. It's 30-love to Tsitsipas, but we've got it up here. He's on serve. He's doing well. Also, I'm watching it on... it might be slightly delayed, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I might be slightly delayed, depends where and how you guys are watching this. Tsitsipas, and he's hit a big ace, and he's now 40-love up, and this is exactly the kind of hold he needs to put the pressure back on Djokovic. This is really good from Tsitsipas. He served brilliantly this second set, and he's just dealt with his service game really, really well. He is, he's been a lot more comfortable, a lot more brave, a lot more aggressive. And what's he got for Djokovic here? Second serve. Good return from Djokovic. And that's wide. Is he going to challenge? I think Tsitsipas has gone for a challenge here. Is this the first of the day? I think it is the first challenge of the day. It was out. Or did he not challenge? They didn't do the whole Hawkeye thing. They've showed, they must have, because they've just shown it on screen. All right, so he must have challenged, and it was wide. But 40-15, keep your head. Should win one of the next 2 points. That's such a good return from Djokovic, though. Oh, and it's 40-30. They're backhand into the net from Tsitsipas because Djokovic's return is just too good. He just throws it back at you, and then Tsitsipas on the back foot. And Djokovic now has pulled it back to 40-30. Do you watch rugby, says Scott? I don't, unfortunately. Apologies. I am not a big... Again, when the Six Nations is on. Is it on now? It's around this time of year, isn't it? Then I sort of keep a bit of an eye. Djokovic hits long, and it's 5-4 to Tsitsipas. He holds the pressure back on Djokovic. He is serving to stay in the set. And that is exactly what Tsitsipas would have wanted. After that first set, you just needed to keep holding. Is there a limit to challenges, says Mohammed? Yep, there is. I believe it's 3 a set. 3 a set. I think it's 3 a set. Dom says Djokovic looks like he's toned down his muscle a bit. He used to have Grealish calves. Has he? I remember Nadal, I think, had to lose a bit of muscle, didn't he? Because it was causing him knee problems. He was too heavy. He was too strong. You know, a lot of his game was based off his power. Yeah. So, but look, he's like an unbelievable Djokovic. He has done all tournament. Ironic Arsenal says, let's get into some Arsenal talk, James. Fire questions at me. Let's do it. And especially in the break between games and sets, there's an opportunity to do that. So if you want to ask me about other things sport related, football, Arsenal, you see the Jake Paul Tyson Fury. Jake Paul versus Tyson Fury. Imagine that. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. That is going to be a good fight. I do believe we're covering that here on DR Sports. So I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. Tsitsipas 5-4 up. Djokovic to serve. Less muscle, probably good for longevity, says Dom. Okay, fair enough. Thierry Henry or Puskas? Never watched Puskas, but Thierry Henry for me. Right, here we go. Djokovic serving 4-5. He's had a few openings and not break points or real chances. Tsitsipas. Djokovic has done well in the clutch points and the big moments, but there have been openings, whether it be 15-30 or moments to get that break point, and he's hit it into the net. Tsitsipas. This is a chance now. Djokovic 4-5, and he's serving. He is serving here. Let's go. Couple forehands to each other. And that one just didn't cross the net. He's hit the top of the net, Tsitsipas, but didn't go over. Didn't get the bit of luck that Djokovic got earlier. Do you watch F1? Says Rye, the Man United fan. Yes, in the last year. I've got into it massively. But you know, if you asked me a year ago, no. Apart from Drive to Survive. But now, yeah, in the last year, I watched last season, really enjoyed it. But hoping Leclerc and Ferrari can throw a little bit more at Red Bull this year. I think Mercedes will be back as well. So I'm really excited to have it back. When's that start? March? Still a couple months away. But I'm looking forward to that a lot. Nice serve from Djokovic. And he's put it wide. 15 all. Okay. Who are fitter? Tennis, football, tennis players, footballers, or UFC fighters? Says Mohammed. That's a great question. Oh, I mean, I'd have to say fighters. You know, you're quite literally getting punched in the face. You know, you'd have to, yeah. I mean, the UFC as well. The amount of different martial arts as well that they know. It's the fighting techniques. It's unreal. So probably UFC fighters. But I would say tennis players and footballers. Would you say they have more grueling schedules? You know, I don't know how often do UFC fighters fight? I mean, you guys tell me. It'd be good to have Turkish on this debate, actually. Wally, there's a good question there. I'll get to it just after this because it's 15:30 and it's a crucial opportunity for Tsitsipas now to maybe get a break and claim the second set and really even up this final. So what have we got? Good serve from Djokovic. Nice return from Tsitsipas. The backhand into the middle of the court. Nice and deep from Djokovic. He's now going for a forehand. Tsitsipas, he's pulling his shots a little bit and he shanked it. 30 all. And now he's talking to his coach. He doesn't look happy. I don't know if you're all following this as well, if you're just following the stream or if you're following the match as well. But when you see that from Tsitsipas, you could see that shanked forehand coming, 2 shots before, because his shots were just hitting the middle of the court. They were a bit loopy, a bit lofty. He wasn't connecting with it. And Djokovic, I think, has just put that wide. He has 30-40. Set point. He's got a set point here, Tsitsipas. This is big. This is the opportunity. Come on, Stefanos. Come on. Come on. Set point. Can he turn the tide here? Djokovic doesn't look as happy or as comfortable. And this would give Tsitsipas massive, massive confidence. And now, Djokovic has just gone. He went up to serve and he's just pulled himself away. And now he's come back for it. Maybe a few mind games here. But it's okay. Settle yourself. Settle yourself, Tsitsipas. What have we got? Djokovic. Plenty of bounce on the ball. Taking his time. He's going for it now. And he's served it long. He's got a second serve. And it was right down the middle. So he went for into the body. Either that or he got it really wrong. Big opportunity here for Tsitsipas. An hour and a half nearly. We've been live streaming. And this has just got interesting. Backhand into Djokovic's forehand. That's a nice deep one from Tsitsipas. Can he turn defense into attack? A nice backhand again. But Djokovic's ones are deeper. He's asking more questions, it feels, of Tsitsipas here in the back and forth. A nice rally. And that's a lovely, lovely, lovely forehand winner from Djokovic. Tsitsipas just felt like he was trying to stay in the rally. And he didn't. 15 shots, that one. 15 shots. Don't think it's the longest of the match. Ooh. Have a little stretch. It's the morning. It's 10 past 10. Been up a couple hours. Here we are. Djokovic has hit 7 forehand winners to Tsitsipas's 3. And that will be a little surprising just because we know how aggressive Tsitsipas can be. But his backhand's been good. Can he earn himself? That is a nice forehand, that from Tsitsipas. Can he earn himself another set point and a break point? No, he's put it long. He's put it long. And Djokovic is getting... This is what I was saying with lead judges earlier. It's the on-court stuff he says either to himself or his coaches to get him going. And it suggests that Djokovic is struggling a little bit. He's being pushed a lot more than he was in that first set. But he's got a chance to pull this back to 5-all. I've got to be honest, it might just have to be a tie break here for Tsitsipas because Djokovic is just really coming up. The more convincing player in the big points. Here we go. What's he got for us now? Djokovic serving. He's got the advantage. Into the net. Into the net. Bouncing the ball, getting ready for a second serve. Some tense faces out there in the crowd. It's a nice return. Again, look like he might have shanked it a bit there, Tsitsipas. A couple nice shots here on the return. Is that wide? Oh my God. Djokovic is not happy. It's 5-all. He is. Dom, you're right. He's getting pumped. I might get a little bit of commentary in my ear so I can just hear what's going on. Get some insight on what's happening there. 5-all. Tsitsipas to serve. Let me just get an AirPod in. Djokovic doesn't look happy. Doesn't look happy at all. Let me just mute myself here. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to get a little bit of commentary so I can just hear what's going on here with Djokovic because he doesn't look happy at all. But again, is he just getting himself pumped? Is he just getting into the zone? As it gets harder, he finds another level. Right, I've got it. Got some commentary in my ear. Perfect. Got a little AirPod in. Right. Right, here we go. Do you watch cricket, James, and which format? Says Anthony. No, I don't actually. I watched a little bit of the Ashes when I was growing up. Tsitsipas has some nice forehands, and that's long. Yeah, he's complaining Djokovic a lot. Let me just hear if I can. They're going to talk about what he's complaining about. 30 love though. Tsitsipas looking a lot more comfortable here. This is good. This is a good response after missing out on the break point from Tsitsipas. Anthony, on your question about cricket, he's just hit an ace. 40 love. Djokovic looks frustrated. I would like to get into the 100. I know it's a new concept and it looks quite good. Is anyone following that? 9 aces for Tsitsipas. He's pulled out a few recently as well. They're not really talking about Djokovic's frustration at the moment. I'm just going to take that out of my ear. And I've managed to lose it. Brilliant. I've managed to lose the game. Perfect. Just what you want. Let's get this back up. Where's it gone? Apologies, everyone. Trying to react to a match without knowing what's happening in it. And it looks like Tsitsipas must have taken that because they've gone to ads. Djokovic has been complaining a lot in this tournament. Has he? I mean, I haven't watched every Djokovic game, but I know he's been frustrated with his hamstring and injuries going into it. Let's make sure that's turned down. I nearly just taken my headphone out. Yeah. Let's see what Twitter's saying as well. I'll have a little look through Twitter, see what they're saying about Djokovic. But Tsitsipas is, yes, he's 6-5 up. So let's update that there. Well done, Tsitsipas. Well done, well done, well done. He's at least taken this to a tie break in the second set. Right, let's have a little look. Right, Tsitsipas must have aced then because he's now on 10 for the set. And now my mouse won't work. This is typical. Everything doesn't want to work. Welcome to DR Sports. If you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. It's DR Sports Tennis. We are covering the Australian Open final. Djokovic's serving tennis to a tie break, and it doesn't want to work. Right, but anyway, I can read it out here. Again, he's looking good. Tsitsipas in this second set. 79% of his points won on his first serve. So that's better than in the first set. Djokovic now serving. What's the game on, James? Eurosport, and I think other platforms as well. Djokovic serves wide. Do you think Rafa will win any more slams? Says Akshay. Yes, I think he's got one more French in him. I do. Tsitsipas forehands it long, and he's disappointed with himself. He's really disappointed with himself, and rightly so. You know, that's just not good enough. He'll be disappointed in himself there. Sorry, Willie, there was a question I was going to get to. I'll do that now while it's early in the game. Dom says both football and fighters need immense cardio, but footballers are doing a marathon every weekend. They do run a lot. That's a very fair point. Good serve from Djokovic. Tsitsipas puts it wide. I think this is heading to a tiebreak, everyone. Willie says, do you think we might have played our game plan into Pep's hands, James? Consider we looked very good in the first half with the man marking. Hopefully it won't backfire at the Emirates. Well, maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe we have just given away the game plan. But at the same time, Arteta's got to try and do something. And he used that game as an opportunity to, you know, to show the players that they can do it, that they can execute that game plan and see if it could work. And I think it did for a lot of that game. In fact, most of it, I think it worked. The thing I'd say about Guardiola is it tends to be when he rotates and changes and mixes it up that it doesn't go well for him. When he just sticks to what he does best, they can be pretty imperious. Djokovic now 40 love up and he's cruising towards a game, another game win, another hold. And a tiebreak. So let's have a little look. I mean, Tsitsipas will fight for every point, but you think Djokovic is just going to, cruise this next point? No, served it wide. He's got a second serve. Chance for Tsitsipas. Going into tiebreak, Tsitsipas will probably just want to win a point on his serve, and he's double faulted. Okay, just as with tie breaks, those points lost in your serve are so much more jeopardy. There's so much more in it, and I think Tsitsipas, he's at the more likely to break basically in this set than Djokovic. He's only had the one break point, but he's at the far more likely to break. And I'd say he's played the better tennis of the two in this second set. Although Djokovic has stepped up better in the big points and the big moments. So maybe that could be a little psychological advantage for Tsitsipas going into the tiebreak. Let's see. So nice backhand return from Tsitsipas. Nice deep forehand now. And now a lovely forehand wide and into the net from Djokovic. There we go. This is what I mean. Even if he loses his next point, at least there's a little bit of a psychological advantage there from Tsitsipas. Djokovic misses 2 first serves in a row on a second serve after a double fault in that point before. Now he's gone and hit it into the net because, Tsitsipas has turned defense into attack very, very well. And I thought he'd cruise to a hold. I mean, 40 love up. But now Tsitsipas is putting it on him. Rod Laver Arena, everyone watching. And it's into the net from Tsitsipas, and it's a tiebreak. Let's go. It's a tiebreak. So we'll get rid of the asterisks for the serve. It's a tiebreak. What have we got? What have we got, people? Tsitsipas, come on. I think he's got to win this tiebreak. I think coming from 2 sets down against Djokovic would be unbelievable. It really would be. And he's got to win this, and he's been the better player this set. It's a nice serve down the line. Felt like Djokovic was inviting that a little bit with his positioning. Tsitsipas now, he can hit a big forehand, but he's hit it long. That could be the set. That could be the set lost, And I know that's going to sound a bit dramatic. There's still a long way to go. But, you've worked yourself a nice opening. You've played the point really well. And then you go long. It's not even like he went wide. If he went wide, you can't understand. He's trying to hit the lines. He's gone long. So much more of the rest of the court to hit. Unforced errors. Tsitsipas 9, Djokovic 2. Tells you everything. Oh, a little bit of a yawn there coming. Not because I'm not engrossed in this. I absolutely am. But because I had a bit of a late one last time. Tsitsipas now. Trying to match him. Taking it to him. Nice. He wants to get this mini break back. He really wants to get this mini break back. Really nice backhand. Go on, hit the smash. And he's done it. 1-1. Mini break back. Well done. Well done. Pure Tiempo saying Tsitsipas will win the tiebreak on the match. Let's get the tiebreak first. We're going to have a chance at the end of this tiebreak as well to go through some football chat as well. I know you guys are sending your comments. JM is right back on serve. 1-1. Djokovic. And that was 16 shots, that rally. And I think it's big. I think it's big for Tsitsipas that, he's coming through and winning quite a few points when they are having long rallies. It's a nice serve. It's a nice return. It's a nice forehand winner from Djokovic. 2-1. They remain on serve. I think the whole match is pure tempo. I hope you're right. I hope you are right. He doesn't look at his best. He doesn't look at his most comfortable at the moment, Djokovic. But the amazing thing is, for everything I've just said there, it's taking a lot for Tsitsipas to look like he's even going to win the set. I've had enough of Djokovic. I hear that tempo. I hear that. I want a new winner. Come on, Tsitsipas. It was a good serve, but Djokovic's returns are unreal. He shanked it. He shanked it again. He's dropped 2 points in this tie break, Tsitsipas, because he has just blown it on 2 forehands. And now he went for the down the line ace to try and get himself a cheap point back. Just a point back to just get himself going again. And ace hit the net. Well, yeah, Djokovic gonna Shankipas, says JM. I think that's the match. I really think those 2 forehands, that's the match, I think, for Djokovic. I'm sorry, you can't miss those. He's crumbling under pressure. Just as you predicted him to win it, pure tempo. And actually, when you made the prediction, he was looking quite good for it. He was playing the better tennis. But Djokovic now, can Tsitsipas win these next 2 points? But has he won 2 points on Djokovic's serve in a row yet? Thing with tennis is it's not over till it's over. I mean, you really need to get over the line. It's not like football where you can get a goal and then hope that time just catches up with the opposition. You have to get over the line with it. So while that's going to be maybe a big ask for someone like Tsitsipas, it's, it tells you that it's not sort of done till it's done. Football Crazy says it's a boring final. No, not unless... I don't think either of them are playing at their best. And into the net from Djokovic. Okay. Mini break back. What have we got here? Yeah, changing ends. Got a really sore throat. Great time to be doing a solo stream, isn't it? We did have lead judges earlier. It was great to see him. Might drop Don Robbie a message, see if he wants to come on. But I don't think he's available. Let's have a little look at what everyone's saying here. Actually, you know what? I'll leave it to the end of the set. I want to get everyone's takes on Twitter as well on this final. Thank you to the hundreds of you who have been, following the stream. Do really appreciate it. We've been going an hour and 42 minutes now, and we are coming to the conclusion of this second set. Djokovic serving. He's now 1 mini breakup after dropping a point on his serve. And he's just hit the net. So an opening for Tsitsipas. Okay. I think Tsitsipas is going to have to get a few mini breaks just to win this set. Lack of sleep catching up with me a little bit. But Djokovic and Tsitsipas. And it's a double fault. It's a double fault. Tsitsipas has a lifeline. He has a lifeline. Ethan, you are absolutely spot on. You rarely see that. Tied swings. Big serve from Tsitsipas. Into the net from Djokovic. And it's 4-4. Out of nowhere, Tsitsipas has pulled it back to 4-4. I mean, I thought that was it. Pure tempo praying. I hear that. Fingers crossed. Oh. Actually, it's a good question now. I'll go through all your questions and comments. 3 unforced errors and a tie break from Djokovic. I know, Ethan. It's really strange. Tsitsipas again. He's just shanked a forehand. Get on your forehands, man. Get on top of them. Your backhand's been better. That's nice. And now he's trying to be more aggressive. Is that long? Oh, you're joking. It's long. Get your forehand together, Tsitsipas. Come on. Oh. I'll have to get up, have a little stretch in a sec. And you can see Tsitsipas is shouting at himself. And he's right to. You know, that is so poor. Come on. Djokovic now. He was about to serve. But he's just stepped away. I wonder why. He's done that before. Probably a little bit rattled by the fact that he, dropped the points he dropped, in his last, round of serves in this tiebreak. Probably thinking, just give yourself a second, concentrate on it. Nothing silly. And that's a really good serve. That's a really good serve. But no, it wasn't. It was long. So I'm talking a lot of rubbish. So Ethan's not happy with the... okay, so it must be the crowd. That must be the reason then that Djokovic is getting frustrated and pulling away. Okay, fine. This is tense. Tsitsipas needs to win this point. Is that long? It's long. 4-6. Djokovic serving for the second set. Disappointing. It is. I thought Tsitsipas would show a little bit more resistance. And you know what? It's not that he's played too badly, but he's just missed some really crucial forehands. And he missed, crucial points earlier in the set to get the break. I have a feeling Djokovic will walk the third if he takes this set. There you go. Second set to Novak Djokovic. He's 7-6 up. He's well on his way to a second Australian Open. He's well on his way. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, here we go. Can't even type. He's 2 sets to love up. And I thought in that second set, Tsitsipas had actually looked the better player, looked far more likely to break. But you've got to take those opportunities, those openings when they come. And, look at some of those points on that forehand that Tsitsipas got wrong. And he's been made to pay for it. Djokovic is 2 sets to love up in the second set. It's in the second set. I'm talking about this early in the morning. He's in the Australia Open final. He's 2 sets to love up. That says goal. Djokovic 2-0. That's the match done, says JM. I agree. Bottled. I think so too. Let me go through some of your questions. Djokovic has just gone off court for a little break. So I don't know if that's he picked up his bag. It looked like someone was escorting him off court. So we'll see what that was all about in a sec, but I'm sure he's probably all right. Let's just answer some of your questions very quickly. Actually says, what do you think about Murray having to play at 4 a.m. and then having less than 40 hours to recover for the match? Yeah, I'm all for tennis going through the night. I think it's brilliant. I think it's good fun. But I think if it's a case of then, well, yeah, then you're back on court. It's a difficult one. Is it fair on the people that are working? Is it fair on all that? But then I guess you're putting on a show and everyone would have been told, look, this could go till as late as it goes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have particularly strong feelings either way, but let me know, actually. 4 a.m. feels extreme. I think maybe go to 1. I think at Wimbledon they should stop at 11. Maybe go to 1 or 2. But 4 feels a bit excessive. But then the players maybe just want to get it done and dusted there. And, maybe it's better for their energy to just see it out than, to then end and then come out and play. So, yeah. All right. He was crumbling under pressure. He was not good enough from Tsitsipas in some of those big moments. All right. I'll be back in 1 second, everyone. Just going to take a quick loo break, and we'll be back for the third set. Don't go anywhere. I will be back very, very soon. See if Tsitsipas can show any more resistance here, or if Djokovic is ultimately just going to take this quite comfortably, as he seems like he is now. Djokovic 2 sets to love. And we're back, everyone. We are back. Djokovic, 2 sets to love up. And they're just showing here on screen. That's been about 6 minutes nearly since the last point was played. I do think that's quite key, because what does Tsitsipas get from this time off? This is the thing that we've got to be asking ourselves. What does he get from having 6 minutes with his thoughts? Probably looking back at that set thinking, how did I not win that? That's the thing with Djokovic. At times I've seen Federer outplay him in Wimbledon finals. In certain sets he doesn't win. And I'm thinking, how did Federer not win that? How did he not win that match? Djokovic now coming back out. He's keeping warm. Tsitsipas. So we'll get to the 8-minute mark roughly by the time they hit a ball again. So yeah, he's back out. Changed. Did he change shirt? I think he's changed shirt. Keeping warm, Tsitsipas. It's a lot of time with his thoughts. Do you want to get straight back into it? What's the psychology there? Do you want to get straight into it and just, you've been playing well in the second set. Okay, you lost it, but just come back out. Can't believe Djokovic. Has Djokovic dropped a set all tournament? Let's have a little look in a sec. But at the moment, just the 1 break point for Tsitsipas. Only 3 for Djokovic, to be fair. All came in the first set. Didn't have a single break point in that second. And yet, won the game. Let's have a little look at Novak Djokovic. So, his Australian Open. He did drop a set. He lost Kouacord. Am I pronouncing that right? French. He lost to him in the. He lost a tiebreak in the second round. 6-1, 6-7, 6-2, 6-love. Wow. Beat Dimitrov, and then no. That's the only set he's dropped. The only set he's dropped. Unbelievable. Djokovic. Would be unbelievable. Federer clear, says Ben. Yeah, I'm a Federer fan. Right, here we go. Love 15. Tsitsipas, get an early break. Come on, get that break. But just what a statement that would be. I said going into the second set, I said, what Tsitsipas needs to do here is he needs to just say to Novak Djokovic, you're not going to break me. You're not going to have the fun, the break points and everything you had in that first set on my serve. And he did that. He lost the set. He went to a tie break. Cool. Now he's made that point, and now it's love 30. Come on, Tsitsipas. Let's do this. This is now a big opportunity for him to go, okay, I got my serve. That was right in the second set. But again, now can we turn it around? Is Djokovic the greatest of all time, James? Gabe, you can absolutely say that. You can. I take no issue with anyone saying that. For me, it's still Djokovic. I think Kyrgios said it best himself. Wielder of a racket. Federer. A wielder of a racket. You don't look past Federer. For me, I think he'll be the greatest ever, to have played the game. But of course, when you're looking at other things in the game, sure, maybe Djokovic edges it in a lot of other ways. Tsitsipas now on the defense here. Djokovic with some big forehands, and he's pulled it back to 15-30. Djokovic is the GOAT, says Chaitanya. Stan Kroenke says Arteta out. You're about to give him 80 million for a midfielder. Really hope you'll cover more F1 as DR Sports. Hopefully more watch-alongs to races. We will be. Don't you worry. Info on that to come. Djokovic the GOAT. No doubt about that, says Nino. From 30 yards out, incredible goal from Djokovic. Tsitsipas just complaining to the linesman there. Let me just try and find out what that was all about. Tsitsipas was just talking to the umpire. No, can't see anything. But I think the crowd are being quite loud. Djokovic is the GOAT, a few are saying. Right. It's 15-40. It's 2 break points here. And he's put a first serve wide, Djokovic. This is a big opportunity. I missed the fact that it was a break point because I was trying to find out what he was complaining to the umpire about. It's a second serve. Tsitsipas, you got 2 opportunities here. Take one of them. So he shanked it again. Oh my God, he shanked it again. I mean, what point do you? I mean, of course, Djokovic puts pressure. Of course he does. Oh, but you can't. You can't keep shanking it on major points. That's like the 5th this match. Djokovic serves to his backhand. He's put it wide. Tsitsipas gets the break. Tsitsipas gets the early break. Finally. He's got the break. And now questions are going to be asked of Novak Djokovic. Finally. Good response. Should have won the tiebreak. But you know what? We'll pretend it never happened. It starts here for you, Tsitsipas. There's the break. Come on, says Tiempo. Thank you, everyone. Who's joining in. Feeling lonely, says Abby. I feel all right, actually. 11:15. Little tired. Did have a late one. Not gonna lie to you all. Did have a late one. My friend's going. Trying to bring my chair closer. My friend's leaving for Australia, so we were saying our goodbyes. What happened to the Arsenal questions? Well, I thought I'd answered them. Apologies. Let me just go back through. I'm sure I'd answered them. Oh, sorry. I answered the early one. My bad, Waleed. My bad. Let's just quickly watch this point here from Tsitsipas. Some good rallies here. Both doing quite well. Both hitting some nice forehands at each other. He's gone for the drop shot. Tsitsipas, he's made it. He's made it. It's just hit the net. Nicked off the top of the net and fallen in. And actually, it was very classy from Tsitsipas. The way he just opened the forehand up and just hit that drop shot. Brilliant. Read that. Apologies, Waleed. Do you think the most of the Arsenal team would legit be considered legends if we win the league? I mean, most of them for sure. Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly, yeah. We'll beat Man City, the Emirates. He's talking about Mohammed. We'll beat them at the Emirates, he says. I hope you're absolutely right. Andy Murray is the GOAT. Love it. If I missed any, Waleed, apologies. Send them back in, though. Keeping an eye on the comment section very closely. Tsitsipas 30 love up. And this is a good response. This is a good response. Djokovic, I think, will be feeling quite comfortable. I mean, look, his on-court demeanour never suggests he's comfortable, but you're 2 sets up. And he wasn't at his best in that second set. First set looked very good. And now Tsitsipas into the net. Okay. 30-15. Did you watch Royal Rumble? Asked Waleed. No, but I saw everyone up. Everyone's streaming it. Expressions did a stream. Did Troops as well. KG was there. Carefree Lewis did one. Loads of people. Yeah, amazing. I didn't know everyone was so into it. I mean, I knew everyone was into WWE. Actually, my cousin, who I live with now, used to be massively into WWE. Massive Rey Mysterio fan. I used to play the games on PlayStation, actually. So I used to sort of have a clue what was going on, but it's been a long, long time. I don't really follow it. Was Logan Paul in it? And also, didn't Logan Paul have a really serious knee injury? Am I getting that wrong? Didn't Logan Paul have a really bad injury and he wasn't meant, that was going to rule him out for ages? I don't know if I got that wrong. Was that yesterday? Waleed, fill me in because I might be wrong. But yeah, 30-all now from 30 love. Djokovic fighting back. 30-all. Good backhand. Putting the pressure back on Tsitsipas. It's the beauty of tennis. There's so many opportunities for psychological blows. Yes, you can pick up points. Yes, every rally, ends with a point being awarded, but it's the psychological damage you can do as well. Has he missed that? Tsitsipas has just missed. It's a sitter. Jem, you're right. Tsitsipas is trolling himself this match. What is he doing? Some of the shanks, some of the forehands, some of the volleys. He's played well, but he's missed some massive, massive points. He's just saved a break point. Look, fair play to him. But this should be this game should be done and dusted. 30 love up, and then a forehand like that at 30-all. In fairness, that's a really nice forehand volley. I think he's fine. Apparently, there was lots of reports in the early sort of checks suggest that he's probably fine. So if he's okay. He doesn't want it, guys. He's fumbling the bag. He does want it, he's just not. He's just struggling on big, but it doesn't look like tension. It doesn't look like nerves because he's playing some really good points. He just looks like he's, I don't know, just getting it wrong. Concentration, maybe. I think Djokovic is going to break back here. Well, there we go. He's now got a break point again. Get a break. I mean, if losing that second set tie break wasn't the psychological knock, that was going to swing it. So he's just, almost over the line for Djokovic. Then I think breaking back here immediately as Tsitsipas breaks certainly would be, almost final. Chelsea supporter asks, "Oh, having a little stretch. It's early in the morning, everyone. Didn't get a lot of sleep. I'm sure you can understand. Saturday night and that. But we're up early. We're here. We're watching the Australian Open. Has he put that wide? He's broken back. He's broken back. Can I blame myself, Tsitsipas? Yes, Djokovic puts pressure. I hear that. But you worked some good points and you missed some big opportunities. All right. So we'll quick look at the stats. First serve percentage is going down massively for both players. Massively. And Djokovic is just simply winning more points on his first and second serve than Tsitsipas. But crucially, what was a 94% win percentage on first serve has now dropped to 77. So Djokovic isn't looking as good, since the start of the second set, since the end of that first, where he just looked like he might cruise this final. And that was Lee's prediction. I'm going to watch this Djokovic game here, service game. Then we'll get the chance to answer some questions. So I'll go through them all very shortly. Long from Tsitsipas. Disappointing. That long to get a break and then gets broken back instantly. I know. But I guess part of that is just praising how unreal and relentless Djokovic is. And that's just got to be part of it. You just got to... He's just unbelievable. Keeps coming, doesn't he? Keeps coming. We've been live over 2 hours, everyone. Thank you to everyone who's been following the full stream. I really, really appreciate it. Djokovic is on another level. 80%. He wins comfortably. I agree. I haven't updated the score. Apologies. You can see I'm getting tired. And they're back on Djokovic's serve. Yeah. 2 hours. A big thank you to everyone who's been following it. Djokovic now having, been broke back immediately. He's 30 love up. He's going to cruise. I reckon he gets this set done in the next half hour. Tsitsipas is a fighter. He'll keep fighting. But I think he's just missed his opportunity. Second set was where the chances were. $40 love. Still got this sore throat. Don't know what it is. Djokovic, 40 love up. Serves long and wide. Got a second serve. Tsitsipas might just have to hope for another tie break and then go from there. That tie break swung in all directions as well. Djokovic, that is so aggressive from him. But Tsitsipas wins the point, 40-15. Throwing it back at him a bit here. And I won't make this comfortable. I won't make this so easy for you. Djokovic with a nice serve out wide. He's just gone down the line. And he's missed a volley. 40-30. This sport. If you watch Breakpoint on Netflix, it's amazing how much you see the players say that themselves. They go, this sport, They know that there is such a psychological and mental element to this sport that they have to sort of keep trying to get over every time. every time. It's so difficult. And Djokovic wins the game, 2-1. So he held into the net from Tsitsipas, who will now serve. Djokovic, 2-1 up, back on course. Nothing happened. Like there weren't 2 breaks early in this game. All right, we've got a chance. What have we got? What have we got? Let's go back through all your comments. Waleed said, I thought so as well. Very weird. But he absolutely killed it, to be fair. Was very good in the Royal Rumble. I guess you're talking about Logan Paul. Yeah, no, I mean, look, fair play to him. I thought he was going to be out for like a year. I don't think a year's passed. But, I mean, to be doing stunts like that, if you had a really serious knee injury, I'd imagine it'd take some time to get back to. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. What else have we got? How much for Saka, Martin, and Odegaard? We need some reinforcements. Well, you got a City badge as your photo, so that's a no. And you've called yourself Chelsea supporter, so it's a no. And you've got all the wingers in the world, and we love them, so that's a third no. But I appreciate the offer. You've been to any Wimbledon match? Yes, I did. I went to. So I've been about 4 or 5 times, and every time I've queued. I've never actually sort of got tickets through the ballot. I've never tried either, which really bad me. But I've always done the queue probably on 5, 6, 7 occasions. I've even done a little tip for anyone who is heading down to Wimbledon or works in London and wants to catch some Wimbledon in the summer when it comes back around. Around 4 o'clock, the queue dies down massively, and you can come in and get the evening session. They sell tickets far more cheaply for the evening, and basically the second half or last bit of the day, you can get in and watch whatever tennis is left on court, or maybe even then go in and then go to resale tickets to get a chance at watching what's on centre court or court 1. So I recommend that massively. But I did a similar thing where when I watched Andy Murray, because queued all day, queued in the morning, 6 a.m. we got there. Had a great time, watched lots of tennis, all fantastic. And then later in the day, we joined resale. We managed to get into see Andy Murray. That was in his semi-final, the year he actually won Wimbledon. So that was a big, big game. I remember under the roof, he was playing, can't remember who it was, big server though, came through in 4 sets. But we've also seen Heather Watson when she faced Serena Williams. That was unbelievable. Again, got that on resale. So, yeah, Wimbledon's fantastic, and there are really lots of opportunities for anyone to be able to get in and watch some fantastic tennis. I mean, they put on such a show there. It's fantastic. Recommend it to everyone. Tsitsipas, a nice forehand. He's missed enough. That's it. That's done. He's psychologically beaten, Tsitsipas. Let me just explain for anyone who's not watching it. He's hit a really nice forehand. Yeah, it's a good serve. He's hit a really nice forehand to Djokovic's backhand, and he's come into the net, and he's just again volleyed it into the net. That's about the third time maybe that he's gone and done that. And now it's 15-30. And he served an ace, but still 30 all now. You on coming in there? Apologies, didn't get a lot of sleep, everyone. But come on, Tsitsipas. Oh, that is so disappointing. But you can see who the better, you can just see who the better player is. It's Novak Djokovic. He's going to win this final. Shanked a shot again there, just a bit. Tsitsipas. But he's taking it. He's taking it to him. He's been quite brave. He's just getting it wrong. Oh. Down the line forehand. And there we go. 40-30 Tsitsipas. That's big. That's a good moment. Carl asked, will there be any stuff on the French Open? Yeah, I think what we'll do, we'll cover it very similarly to DR, to how DR Sports has covered the Australian, which is essentially video updates, sort of just keeping you up with sort of some of the main news and what's going on there, and then maybe a watch along for the final, which won't be an 8:30 in the morning start. But fair play to Australia Open. I mean, they could be starting these from, that's a serve, by the way, to pull it level. So good stuff there from Tsitsipas. 2-2. Djokovic to serve. Yeah, I think we'll do some sort of watch along. But no, fair play to the Australian Open, because this is a tournament that it'll be late out there. It'll be 10 p.m. now. So this is a big event. This is a Sunday. They'll have wanted probably to have played it earlier, but of course, well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to play it earlier. But the fact that it starts at this time, is good for fans worldwide. I think it's so it would have been a 7 p.m. start. Oh no, 8:30. No, you're still looking at an 8 p.m. start for them, really, when they actually hit that first serve. Djokovic serving. Here we go. Second serve. Loopy backhand from Tsitsipas. Has he caught the line? No, wide. And he's frustrated. Let's get your comments in. Takes him over 20 games to get a break and then gets instantly broken back. JM, I'm so with you. It says, James, do you plan to get into football management? I'd love to coach. I would actually love to coach. Not that I think I'm at all qualified already in any way, shape, or form. But I'd love to one day. I think it's a fascinating side of the game. But I don't think my thoughts on AFTV are enough to suggest I'd be a good one. But thank you, and I appreciate the question. Stan Kroenke, pay up for Casado. Yeah, I think he's telling this Stan Kroenke. Thoughts on Martin's new deal? Yeah, I'm delighted. I think it's fantastic news. I think he's a really, really good player. He feels at home at Arsenal. He's been playing really well for us. I think his potential's enormous. Really, I think it's as good as anyone's potential at the club. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. 30 love Djokovic. What else have I got? Waleed. I was having a late night shower thought, James, and I was thinking how weird and disappointed we'd all be if we finished second. Football, eh? Yeah. And that is the funny thing. Top four is not a trophy, but let's be honest. If we got top four last year, we'd have been absolutely over the moon, us Arsenal fans. Because it's been so long without the Champions League and all that. Now, kind of just getting Champions League football would feel a bit of a letdown, even though look at the progress we've made and the opportunities we have to maybe add a reinforcement before the end of this window, then add a reinforcement or a couple of reinforcements in the summer. You think Arsenal should be really well equipped to deal with the Champions League and the Premier League next season, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. To be competitive for such a prolonged period of time. And I think maybe that's why it would feel disappointing, Waleed, because you think, well, how many more opportunities will we get? But this is a good one. Djokovic, 40 love up. Can you read my last message, says GK? Oh, why do you much prefer Federer and Nadal to Djokovic? I don't know. I mean, Djokovic 3-2 up, by the way. So for me, let me just update the score and then we'll answer this properly. Because I sort of touched on it earlier in the stream. Okay. For me, I think Djokovic, you saw it earlier in this game, right? See, towards the end of the second set, he's getting very visibly irritated. He's talking to his coach. He's getting sort of angry with himself. For me personally, why I prefer Nadal and Federer is because I think in that level, I think they conduct themselves in a way that is slightly more likable, if I'm honest. And then I think as players, I think Nadal whilst Djokovic can do anything, Federer and Nadal just have this. I don't know. There's just this class about the way they do things, especially Roger Federer, and that's just why I prefer him. It's just my opinion. But I'm coming around to the fact that Djokovic might well be the greatest of all time. A lot of people feel that, and that's fair enough. It's still Federer for me, but yeah, each their own. It's all about opinions. Well, he says, I low-key believe that Gabriel has been better than Saliba this season. Take nothing away from Saliba. He's absolutely class. But Gabriel gets a lot of disrespect, in my opinion. Yeah, I'd agree. I think since Gabriel signed the contract in about mid-October, I agree. I think Gabriel's been better. But they've both been fantastic. Oh, the lack of sleep's catching up with me now. But we're 2-3. Tsitsipas to serve. They're going through this third set quite quickly. Djokovic trying to pile the pressure back on. Tsitsipas. Again, some aggressive forehands. He's now gone for the drop shot again, and he's made it. It's a brilliant drop shot. It's a really, really, really brilliant drop shot, that, from Tsitsipas. He's tried it 3 times. Twice it's worked. Fair enough. Right. Serving here. Second serve. Do you think Moises Caicedo will leave Brighton this window? 50-50. He's doing everything he can, isn't he? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really torn. And if he does, I'm not convinced it's to Arsenal. Oh, you're joking. Oh, wow. That is brilliant from Tsitsipas. He's just made a backhand volley at the net. It looked like Djokovic had hit a brilliant winner, but he just stuck his right arm out across his body. Oh, that's superb. It's very instinctive and it's brilliant. He's absolutely nailed that Tsitsipas. And you're thinking, how have you got that right? How did you get that one right? But you've managed to miss some of the other volleys and some of the other forehands. But hey ho, really the volleys, that's a brilliant volley. Brilliant volley. Oh, dirty love. Is that a double fault? I think it's a double fault. Oh, that's poor. Come on. You just hit a brilliant volley like that. Then you double fault. I mean, talk about another momentum swinger. Tsitsipas 30-15. A few more football questions coming in. Do we think we should consider Spurs the rival anymore? We look by their stats. We'll be stuck in the top 4. Not the elite mentality or thoughts. 40-15 Tsitsipas. Yeah, I mean they are rivals. I mean, they are local rivals, and largely they've been in and around the same areas of the table as us. So yeah, they are. But there's no doubt Arsenal are a far bigger club. Josh says, do you think Moises Caicedo? Oh, I read that. And he's made that. That's good. Tsitsipas holds 3-3. Perhaps we get Zubimendi because he has a release clause. I'd love Zubimendi, but the problem is he doesn't want to leave, which is a bit of a problem. He doesn't want to leave till the summer. But if I'm Arteta, I'm getting on the phone just saying, look, any chance? I don't know. 3-3. Djokovic to serve. And we're hitting crunch time. Because if Djokovic holds and then breaks, that's it. He's serving for the set. Do you think we'll win the league? Honestly, says 1-2-3-30. Yes, I think we're going to win the league. There you go. I said it. I think we will. I just think, of course, if injuries, right? If we get a load of injuries, then no. I mean, there's so much we don't know about. But if everyone has a a reasonable end to the season, second half of the season, City included, on the injury front, and everyone sort of just does their thing, then I think Arsenal can do it. I think they'll come out as the winners. But it's a long way to go. You lose one player through injury, and the whole thing can fall apart. Djokovic 30 love up, just served an ace, and looking pretty comfortable in this game. Although I said that before, haven't I? 85 million we should get Casada, says Damien. 85 million would be a lot of money. That'd be a lot of money. Some are saying Sambi to Monaco. No, just keep him as depth for the number 8 position, and then you can let him go in the summer. That's what I'd do. It's 11:10. We've been live nearly 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, and Djokovic is 6-3, 7-6 up in the first 2 sets. 3-3, 30 love, and he's about to go 40 love up. He is 40 love. Lovely forehand. He's going to take this game, and then he's got it in sight. You know what? Djokovic, he's got it in sight. I want to make a prediction now. He's going to hold. He's going to break. He's going to hold. He's going to win the next 3 games, Djokovic. I know Tsitsipas has shown a degree of fight, and he's shown a degree of, quality. But Djokovic has just been imperious. You don't feel like Djokovic has been anywhere near his best, really. But at the same time, he's taken it 4-3. But at the same time, I don't think Tsitsipas has been fully at his best either. Djokovic 2 sets up. Tsitsipas 3-4 down, but on his serve in this 3rd set. And you think there's already been a break each. Which makes you wonder, right? Does Djokovic... I know in the 2nd set he didn't break, but is there a little part of him of he knows how to turn it on when he needs to? I mean, he breaks in the 1st set and wins, comfortably. And then when he drops, when he drops a service game, he can just break back. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Novak Djokovic. He's 4-3 up. Let's just remind ourselves some of the stats going into this game. As we said, if you looked an hour ago, the win percentage on Djokovic's first serve would have been in the 90s, maybe dropped to the 80s. It's now 79%. It's gone down. He's not been quite as comfortable since that first set. But Tsitsipas is only getting, he's got a big serve, but he's only getting 2 out of 3. It was even less than that, 63% of his first serves in. That's going to be a problem for him. And he's had 3 break points, converted the 1. Djokovic has had 5, converted the 2. Points won in total. Djokovic 93 to Tsitsipas 77. So Djokovic rightly ahead, absolutely rightly ahead. The Australian Open title trophy is there waiting. The hours they put in. Fair play to these players. Djokovic has put so much in to to this tournament in particular. Oh, it's just clipped the net. Tsitsipas going for a smash. It's into Djokovic. He's got it wrong, Tsitsipas. He's now gone for the lob, and it's a smash for Tsitsipas, and it's 15 love. What was I talking about? They put so much. They travel around the world, everywhere. They travel all over, to play tennis, to entertain everyone around the world. And, how satisfying must it be if and when you get that slam and you go, everything I put into it was worth it. Especially after how many Djokovic has won, he'll still be feeling the same. Especially after not being able to play last year's. I think this will feel very special to him. It's a nice forehand down the line from Tsitsipas. 30 love. And again, he's dealing with this pretty well, pretty comfortably. Fair play to him. Munzir, thank you so much. Keep up good work. I appreciate it a lot, and thank you. I really appreciate the kind words. Jace got in touch with me, said, do you want to do a stream? Big up Jason, by the way. He's the one who doesn't get the glory and the the headlines for all the amazing content that goes out of DR Sports that you guys get to enjoy every day. Jason is the wizard behind the scenes that makes it all happen. And he said, "Do you want to do a stream?" I said, "Yeah, let's do it. I'm out the night before, but it doesn't matter. Let's do it. Let's talk tennis and watch this throughout." I really thought, though, that there'd be a set in this for Tsitsipas. And look, he nearly got it. He had his moments in that second set. And look, he's still on serve. He's 40 love up, and he could pull this back to 4-4. And he has 4-4. But I thought there'd be a little bit more resistance. But am I speaking too soon? Djokovic to serve 4-4. Advait says, Advait. Why aren't we tapping into the French array of talented defensive midfielders? Sorry. Why aren't we tapping into the rich array of talented defensive midfielders playing in French league, like Thuram and Fofana? I'm not 100% sure. But, he's been enjoying getting Premier League proven players, Arteta. Maybe just wants to stick with that. But I know what you mean. Someone said, rather than just buying Caicedo, why don't we not buy the player that they're going to inevitably replace him with? And it's a really good point. Here we go. Djokovic on serve. And that's a nice shot. And it's a nice drop shot as well. Nice drop shot. Djokovic, 15 love up. Tell us about the second bid, says Nav, for Caicedo. They're saying 70 million is the bid. They're saying it could go up 75. Sorry. I'm not even going to try hide that yawn, everyone. It's very early. I haven't had the sleep. But Tsitsipas and Djokovic are keeping me going, as are all you amazing people in the comments. Hit the like button if you're enjoying this stream. A bid was made. It feels like a lot of money, but they want 80. Although someone made a good point. There's reports. At first, it was they want 100. Then someone says they want 80. At 90, now someone's saying they want 80. I reckon 75 million could get it done. That is a lot of money for Arsenal to be paying. Tsitsipas exchanging blows here with Djokovic. Some really nice aggressive forehand and backhands from both of them. Djokovic 15 love up and on serve. This is really good attacking tennis from both of them. And he's made it. That's a brilliant forehand. It's 30 love. Unreal from Djokovic. Unreal. He just poised himself and just swept through it and found the corner. 17 shots. There's a few rallies that were 16, 15 shots. Tsitsipas came out on top. You thought maybe that would be a little psychological thing he'd get. I can go toe-to-toe with Djokovic at his game and come out on top. But no, Djokovic is doing his thing. We can give you McTominay if you want. No, thank you, Rye, but I appreciate it a lot. Hello from New Zealand, Rise Z. No, Rise. Yeah, apologies. Stormzy, welcome. Fofana's good, says Damon Kelly. Yeah, I agree. What else have we got? 72 million. Pepe was unproven in the Premier League. 70 to 85 for a younger and Premier League proven Caicedo. No, I mean, look, if you're asking me what's better value for money, it's the Caicedo one every day of the week. But there's always a premium on attacking players as well. There's a premium on goal scorers. James needs to think like a big club, get it done. I hear you, Damien. I hear you. If we win against City February 15th, then I'll genuinely believe. Yeah, I'm with you. All right. 40 love, Djokovic. Shout out from Australia. AJ, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Djokovic looking comfortable here. Okay. 40 love. And then the pressure's back on Tsitsipas' serve. He needs to win his service game to stay in the Australian Open. That is confirmed now. 4-5. This is big. Djokovic is one game away from the Australian Open, and Tsitsipas is going to try to serve it out. Could be straight sets. It absolutely could be, Cloud. Right, everyone, I'll be back in 1 second. All right, we're back, everyone. We're back. Djokovic now needs to break to win the Australian Open, his 10th Australian Open. You know what I want to try and do, if I can, is just have a little look. Djokovic Grand Slam titles. He's got 21. This would be 22. I'm just trying to have a little look at. Here we go. Right, so I've just got here on Wikipedia his Grand Slam sort of journey and achievements. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable what he's achieved. Tsitsipas serving to stay in it. But we've got here, he won Australian Open in 2008. He had a weird relationship with the Australian Open because 2005 knocked out the first round, 2006 first round, 2007 fourth round, wins it in 2008, and then quarterfinal, then wins 5 of the next 6. Unbelievable. Tsitsipas 15 love up. That'll be a relief to him. So he's won it in 08, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2015, 2016, 17, 18 with Federer, 2019, 20, and 21. Couldn't play 2022. And this is 2023. He's never done a full year, full calendar slam. He's done 2011. He has got very close, semi-final of the French Open, won Australian, Wimbledon, and US. Final of the French Open in 2015, won everything else. Wow. But he has held all 4 at once. Am I right? Yes. Wimbledon, US Open, Australian, French. So from 2015 to 16, he's held all of them at once. Wow. Here we go. 30-15. Djokovic looking to put the pressure back on. And he's got his first serve wrong there, Tsitsipas. So, Djokovic can now attack a second serve. Welcome, Em. Welcome to the stream. Tsitsipas now. He's hit the net. Oh, it was a let. Oh, fine. I was wondering why that was such a big first serve. It's a good return from Djokovic. Look how deep he gets it every single time. Unreal. And he's put it long, Tsitsipas. 30 all. Djokovic is 2 points away. 2008, he won the Australian, but then no slams in 2009, 10, 11. He won 3 of them. 12, he won the Australian. So how many has he got in total then? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this, if he wins this would be his 10th Australian. He's won 2 French, 7 Wimbledon, 3 US Open. I really thought we'd have won more US Opens, you know. Tsitsipas with a big forehand, and he's got it, 40-30. He's fighting. Good morning, my bro. Always good to see you on stream. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. 106 of you watching, hit the like button. And let me know, is this it? Are we about to see Djokovic go ahead and win it? Tsitsipas is doing his best. Absolutely working him hard here. He's been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Australian Open finals that he hasn't won. So 8 altogether. Wow. He's unreal, Novak Djokovic. Unreal. Pressure points, 1. Tsitsipas 22, Djokovic 20. Really? Well, what does pressure points mean? And as I was looking at that, Tsitsipas took the game. The one thing I meant to do is comment on what's happening. And I ain't even doing that well. There we go. He's held. My boy is happy. Is happy. Tsitsipas held. It's 5-all. It just feels inevitable that Djokovic is going to get this over the line. Let's have a quick look at some of the stats again and remind ourselves. That first serve percentage from Novak Djokovic has now dropped to 63%. He's now serving worse than Tsitsipas, but he's winning his points. Oh my word, that was a shank to first serve as you're ever going to see. Oh, that was awful from Djokovic. Awful. Ahmed, what's your top 3 Grand Slam finals? What that I've watched? The thing is, all the best ones, Federer lost. That's the problem. I want to go for moments where he won and got over the line. Djokovic is the slam. Yeah, nice. It's not slam, smash. I don't know. I thought the Djokovic Federer 2019 finals unreal, unbelievable, and then the round before when Federer beat Nadal in the semi-final was incredible. I don't know. What are yours? Let me know in the comments. Your favorite ever Grand Slam finals. Oh, the Murray Djokovic one when Murray won it. That was brilliant. That was just a brilliant day. Served an ace. Djokovic now going 30 love up. Trying to think. Yeah, trying to remember. Trying to remember any others. Djokovic 30 love up. When I say struggling to remember others, I mean I remember other finals, but that I thought, oh, that was. I mean, Nadal last, the US Open, for example, last year was unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, Soling Federer. Yeah, Roland Garros. Yeah, that was a big one. When Federer did that, that felt good. Oh. How could I forget? I'm watching it. Australian Open final 2017. Nadal Federer. That was unbelievable. I completely forgot about that one. That was unbelievable. And look, who's just decided to join me. Hello, Robbie.
Oh man, you're doing a marathon here. No, I've been doing transfer daily, man.
What, for 2.5 hours?
You got to listen. You got to do the research as well, bro.
I get it. No, of
Right,
course.
so you got to do the research as well. So you know what I mean. It takes me like a couple of hours to do the research.
Yeah.
And then I just finished doing the show, sent it to the guys now to edit up and that on the AFTV.
Lovely.
But unfortunately, yeah, I can't really join you because, as I said to Jason, the producer, I've got to go and take my son to play football as well.
No problem at all. It's good to see you.
I've been kind of watching it out. I've been kind of watching it out the corner of my eye. I'm watching you. You've done well, man. It's a marathon.
Oh, thank you. Well, the comments they've helped me out. It's been 2 hours 42 minutes, but Djokovic just looks too good, you know.
Yeah, I wanted to go to 5 sets just so that you're there for about 5 hours. You know what I
mean? And then the minute it ends, oh, James, can you go live on AFTV?
Breaking news, casino something.
Breaking news.
I can't do it because I'm watching my son play football.
Oh, we'll enjoy that. Just very quickly before you go, because there have been people in the comment section asking, we've been talking about sport more generally as well. What's the latest on Caicedo now? Because we know he's not playing today. Is he, do you have the feeling this is going to happen?
I do, I do. I just look on it and I was sort of discussing this in my Transfer Daily show today. Look what happened with Trossard. He wanted out. At first they were saying you're not going nowhere, you're going to stay, etc. And he went. The tactic that they're using with him at the moment, where they're saying don't come to training, etc. They did exactly the same with Cucurella, and he ended up still going to Chelsea. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
that is exactly what they did.
Yeah, I think once you've got a player that wants out, when he's publicly come out and said, I want out, and he's issued his statement, what's the point in keeping him? They've got the risk as well that if they hold on to him, what if they keep hold of him and then, by the time it comes to the summer, Arsenal and Chelsea are no longer that interested in him because, lots of other targets come online.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
So, look at Anthony Gordon. who's just gone to Newcastle for 40 million. You know, last summer they got offered 60 million for him, Everton. You know, and they turned it down for, you know, Chelsea were going to give him 60 million. Now they've just sold him for 40. I think it's even less than 40. So add-ons bringing it up to 40 million. So it's a big risk for Brighton, you know, because you're talking now about a player that he's definitely going to go. If he doesn't go January, he's going in the summer, definitely. Yeah. Can they be guaranteed that if they keep hold of him, they'll get the same money for him in the summer? I don't think that they can. I think if it's a player like a Declan Rice or somebody like that, you know, whether you sell him now or you sell him in January, in the summer, you'll get the same money for him. In the case of Caicedo, I think his value will probably go down. He probably won't put in great performances either from now till the end of the season. So I think it's a big risk for Brighton. And I just get the feeling he will go. It's going to be down to how much Arsenal are willing to pay.
Yeah, I completely I agree with everything you just said. You're so right. The Anthony Gordon one is a great example. You know, it got to. By the way, Tsitsipas serving well here, and he's 40-15 up.
Fighting back, I'm watching it.
He is. He's trying to take this to a tie break. You know, I think. I think. You're so right about Anthony Gordon. You know, now Everton are kicking themselves that they didn't take that 60 million because ultimately he didn't perform this season like he performed at the end of last season. And if you're these clubs, you've got to be careful with these young players, you know, because their value can fluctuate. You know, it can go up as quickly as it can go down. And the other way, you know, it can go down as quick as it can go up. And you're right. I think Brighton might just go, he's put in a transfer request. He clearly wants to leave. We'll find a replacement and we'll take 70 million or 80 and we'll be laughing with that price.
65, 70 million pounds for Caicedo is an absolute unbelievable fee in my books for a player that is. So they've only had him for just over a year and they paid 5 million for. And I remember I was at Arsenal last season and I met one of the board members of Brighton. And at that time, I was sort of teasing him and saying to him, "Oh, what's going to happen with Basuma?" And he said to me, "He goes, Robbie, he'll be gone in the summer." He goes, we're not billionaires here at Brighton. He goes, we're not owned by a country. He goes, we're just some local guys that have, you know. He goes, we got a bit of money, but not on that level. So we know that these sort of players, they have to move. You know, they'll move on." And he goes, as long as we get the right fee for Basuma, he'll be gone. And Basuma did go, you know what I mean? So I think this is, obviously they're very upset with Caicedo because they wanted to keep him till the end of the season. That's obvious. But now that he's thrown his toys out of the pram and, you know, he's come out with his statement, I know it's horrible for Brighton fans, but to me, you've got to sell him. You know what I mean? You could keep him, as you said, he could have a terrible time of it for the next, you know, couple of months, and then his value, you know, drops. You still have a player who wants to leave at the end of the season. You've got a player that the fans are annoyed with. You know, I mean, how's he going to go back and play for Brighton? With what are the fans going to say? You know, I just think he's going to go. But it's going to be down to how much. And if we can get him at Arsenal, it would be brilliant. It would be the sort of signing that could push us all the way to go and try and get that league. So,
let's hope. Luckily, that sounds like Partey's injury isn't too bad. It's a mini break for Djokovic after hitting a great first serve and you know, getting his point. Tsitsipas, you know, he's just suffered a Djokovic special with that return. I mean, I don't even think Djokovic has been at his best, and he's been unbelievable. Is that wide from Tsitsipas? Oh, I think it is. Love 3. Oh, he's falling apart here. You know what? Tsitsipas, he's done enough.
Well, you ahead of me, but you're. Oh no, I'm ahead of you.
Yeah, I think you are ahead of me.
Slightly ahead of you.
Oh, slightly. Oh, there we go.
I'm watching it on Eurosport at the moment.
Yeah, me too. It's just a slight delay on mine. You know what it is with Tsitsipas? He's clearly a really talented player, but Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, even Andy Murray, there was just a different, the mentality and the consistency in clutch moments was just different. And Djokovic today, I don't think Djokovic or Tsitsipas have been anywhere near their scintillating best. I mean, I don't think the final has been, you know, mouth-watering stuff, but it's been a case of almost who blinks first. And Djokovic has just stayed very, very calm. And, you know, he's now 4 up. I mean, he's strolling.
He's a machine, man. He's a machine.
He is a machine. He is a machine. He's one of the greatest sportsmen of all time, and he knows now.
Oh, he
Look,
is. Yeah,
he's
he is.
four ahead.
We know he doesn't get his flowers because he doesn't have the personality of some of the other
Yeah,
tennis players, but he's probably the best of all of them. If I'm being honest.
yeah. I think it's very hard to disagree with that.
Oh, he's storming towards winning this now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he really is.
game's falling apart.
Yeah. And you could see today that Tsitsipas has the talent. You can see that Tsitsipas has the the skill. It's just it's just in those big moments. He's taken Djokovic to 2 tie breaks. He's clearly a very good player. He's clearly difficult to break, but Djokovic again in those big moments. You're 5-love down in a tie break, you have to win. That's just not good enough, unfortunately. And these young players at some point need to step up because Djokovic will just keep cleaning up slams, and he's 36 or something.
Yeah.
But
how does he do it? How does he do it? How does he just
the greatness of him?
When you talk about, we've been using this word in football a lot about elite mentality. This guy has got that. Oh, that's out though. That's out. Little thing. Tsitsipas. Bit of hope for him, but this guy, he has got that elite mentality because this is a sport where it's just you and your opponent at the other end, and he just keeps doing it year after year. He's just a machine. He don't stop. He's just like, if you're one of the other tennis players, the younger tennis players, you're like, how can we get this guy out so we can have some? We can start winning some. What do we do to get rid of him? Mentality monster. He is. He's just like nothing phases him, even with all the controversy. Look, that controversy was here, wasn't it, last year in Australia about with COVID stuff and that. He's back there now, winning it again. He's.
Yeah.
I heard you say. I was sort of listening to you as I was doing my show, the research for my show. I heard you saying that he's 10 Australians he's won.
This would be his 10th.
This would be his 10th. It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
How does he just keep doing it year after year? How does he always make sure he's super fit and in such great shape?
Yeah,
he's
unbelievable.
Unreal.
And he's not played as much tennis in the last year. That's the amazing thing.
Yeah.
You're slightly ahead. Has he got a match point?
No, Tsitsipas got one back there.
Okay, cool. He's got there we go. 5-2. Tsitsipas does not have the mentality, says Al Walid. Do you know when I learned a lot about Tsitsipas, because as I said, obviously I follow tennis, but I don't follow it as closely as football, for example. But I was watching the Laver Cup, Federer's last tournament back in September, I think it was. And Tsitsipas had to beat TFO to keep Team Europe in it. And, he's higher seed than TFO. He's done more in the game than TFO. And he absolutely stormed the first set, like 6-1 or something, blew him away. Ends up losing that game, sort of bottled the second set and then he lost 2 tie breaks, one in the second set and then the super tie break to decide the match. And that's when I thought, you've got the talent. You're undoubtedly very good. But in big moments is when it's important. And today, in some big moments, he's shanked a lot of forehand.
That's another great moment. That was a great rally.
Yeah, I'm just watching it now.
Great rally. I am ahead of you.
You are
I don't want
ahead.
to steal your moments.
Oh, that was good. No, it's all good. No, you go for it.
That was a great rally. And that was a great
rally. He's showing a bit of fight back here, Tsitsipas, from 5-love down to 5-3. But, it's almost like the game's lost and it's like, well, I've got nothing to lose, so here we go. You can see he's really talented, but that's why I got excited about players like Medvedev. Because Medvedev actually turned up to a US Open final against Novak Djokovic and beat him.
Yeah.
Obliterated him actually. And so, we want these young guys stepping up. But here we go. Djokovic now serving. Yeah, again, you're ahead, so feel free to fill us in. But 5-3.
He's serving well. It's a good rally again. But Djokovic just took it out, and he's going to be serving for the match.
Championship.
And he's really happy with that shot. He's nearly there. He's nearly
Yeah,
there, Djokovic.
it's a brilliant forehand.
And
there
all the
we go.
Serbians, there's a lot of Serbians in Australia. I don't know if you know, but there's a lot of
No, I
Serbians.
didn't actually. There's a lot of fans out there at the moment, I have to say.
Yeah, there's a lot of Serbians who actually live like in Australia, and so he's got good support down there. Maybe that's why he always wins it so many times. I think he's serving for the match, right?
He is. No, Tsitsipas is serving to stay in it.
Staying,
but
yeah. Oh yes, yeah.
It's championship point.
Championship point.
Yeah.
And that's a first serve. So this could be it.
Don't double fault for the title, bloody hell.
Oh, no, you won that point, Tsitsipas. Well done to him. So he's like you said, he's just going. He's just like, I may as well just have let's have a bang and see what happens. But he's still looking like Djokovic.
Yeah.
6-4. Still only needs that point.
I'll tell you what, if Tsitsipas were to win it from here.
Oh, he's won that as well, Tsitsipas.
No, he was 6-5. Oh my word. What a comeback. He's won 5 of the last 6 points then.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of nerves there. A little bit of nerves there from Djokovic. You know what I mean? You see that a lot in tennis, isn't it? When you're nearly there. Nearly over the line, and you just think, oh. So
here we go. Djokovic serving for it. So actually, having been 5-love up, Tsitsipas has done brilliantly to even pull it back to this. In fairness to him, he's done superbly. But
this for the match. I'm not going to say what happens. I'm leaving this to you, James.
All right, okay.
You've been here too long for me to steal the moment. No chance. Here you go.
All right, Djokovic. So I'm probably about 30 seconds behind. He's bouncing the ball. He's serving for it. Here we go. He's been taking his time on these big pressure points. And here we go. Big serve. Down the line. Tsitsipas returns deep. They're exchanging a few shots. Tsitsipas with the backhand. Oh, has he caught the line there? He has. He's won it.
He has. He's won it.
Djokovic has won the Australian Open.
He has won it. And look at the celebration. What's that, Rashford?
Wow. Wow.
He's done it again.
To him. Fair play to him. Hey, look who's here. Gunnar Lee.
Gunnar Lee. Oh, you love tennis, Gunnar Lee.
Oh, we'll get you on.
You know that. You see, you could have been on joining Paul James has had to be
I've been alone for the last 3 hours. Where you been, mate? No, Lee Judges did join me for the start, to be fair.
Oh, Lee Judges. Yeah, he reckons he likes he's off to play football as well, though, I bet.
He is. First half hour we had him.
Yeah.
But this is amazing. Let's just recap. Novak Djokovic in straight sets. Fair play to Lee. He called it as well. He said straight sets. He has just won his 10th Australian Open. Let's just remind ourselves. He has 10 Australians. He has 2 French. He has 7 Wimbledon. And he has 3 US Opens. He has 22 Grand Slams in total. He is just leveled with Rafael Nadal. And I don't think he's done there. He is not done there. He is going to win.
You can still, James, look at his celebration. That still shows you how much it means to him.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You know what I mean? He's celebrating this like he's won his first ever Australian Open. I reckon a lot of that is to do with the fact that last year when they banned him from coming in because he didn't take the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
And I think, look at the celebrations. I mean, he's absolutely drained. He's drained. He's like, I've not seen him celebrate like this for a long time. He's crying. He's there with all his family and everything. I've not seen him celebrate like this, for a long time when he's won slams. So that just shows you how much this one means to him.
He's just equal Rafa Nadal, right? For 22 slams. He had everything last year, which I think really hurt him, And we won't obviously go into the debate of right or wrong and all that, but it really hurt him, the fact that he couldn't play last year. And what you've got is a player here who I think, he came into this tournament. You only got to look at the way he won some of those sets and the way he won this tournament. He blitzed Tsitsipas, who actually gave it a good go, to be fair. But I mean, he beat Alex Dimonor like 6-4, 6-1, 6-2 or something. This is the 22nd seed Australian in his home tournament. No, dealt with him. Dimitrov early on as well. Look, he had a fairly favourable run. Don't get me wrong. I don't think, the world of men's singles tennis, have made it particularly difficult. What with Fritz, Rude, Medvedev all going out early. But he has been imperious and powered through everyone. And now, he wasn't unplayable today. He was just simply better in the clutch moments and the clutch points. And Tsitsipas will win a slam one day because he's talented. But look at Djokovic. He is just another level. He's just another level. And he is one of the greatest athletes of all time. And you're right, he looks drained. Obviously, he went into this with a hamstring injury. That's another thing, people didn't think he'd play, because of what happened last year. They weren't sure. But then, he had the hamstring issue. And, he said he was playing through a lot of pain at the beginning, but he's come through it. And I tell you what, he's looked pretty pain-free the last 3
Is what you said, James, right? One of the greatest athletes of all time, who doesn't get his flowers because he's not that sort of, he's not it's not that Nadal or Federer are flashy, but they kind of got that sort of playboy type image that really suits tennis sort of thing. Whereas this guy, he's just a machine. He goes out there, he gets the job done, he goes home, right? You know what I mean? But I think he is the best of all three of them. He is, you know what I mean? He's just unbelievable, right? And I just don't know how he manages to do it year after year after year.
Yeah.
He never gets bored of winning, you know what I mean?
No.
And he's always in such incredible shape because tennis, it's such, you've got to be in such good shape. The amount of injuries you pick up,
yeah,
your ankles, and it's just unbelievable what he does, just year in, year out. I just don't know how he does, and that goes for like you and Nadal's and Federer's as well. How they've kept going for so long, and in the women's game, it used to be like Serena, and how they kept going. But it's incredible. He's a mentality monster, as that guy said in the super chat, and absolutely fantastic. I'm kind of pleased for him, man, after what happened last year, because I did think he got caught up in a political storm,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and and some of the things that went on were a bit unfair, but
well, Guna Lee with a very interesting take says Djokovic will go down as the greatest. Nadal's determination and Federer's grace and image has carried them. Djokovic is the best. I think my thing on it, I think there's a lot of truth to that, but my thing and why I would still have the debate, for Federer and defend Federer, and you could easily defend Nadal. I think Nadal's had the injuries, and I think without the injuries, you've got to think, right? Nadal at his best is sublime, and I think Djokovic at his very best, because Nadal at his very best, I actually tip Nadal. But then the argument for Federer for me is, it's a bit like, let me give you a football analogy. Man City don't win the title on 98 points if Liverpool aren't getting to 97. Do you know what I mean? If Liverpool get to 85, Man City might win it with 90. The point is, challenge, Spurs, better performances, more consistency, more drive. Now, Federer for a long time didn't have Djokovic like this, had Nadal for a bit. But as Djokovic and Nadal got better, Federer, even at the age of 38, 39, was able to compete with them. And that's why I think on pure talent, if it were a swing, because I think Djokovic is 5-6 years older, if that were a 10, 12-year swing and suddenly Djokovic was 37 and Federer were 31, Djokovic, for me, wins that hands down. I mean, Djokovic has gone to 5 sets on several occasions in big finals with Federer. And Federer's narrowly missed out. So I still think on pure talent, it's Federer. But when you're looking at now everything they've achieved, I think, Djokovic.
Yeah, I'll give you another football analogy. You know what it reminds me of, right? It reminds me of the whole Ronaldo, Messi debate. And Djokovic reminds me a lot of Ronaldo in that he's just a machine. and he just, obviously Messi's ahead now because he's got that World Cup win, and obviously Ronaldo's a bit older, so his career is coming to an end. But very, very similar to Cristiano Ronaldo in that he just keeps going. He's always in good shape. He maybe not as doesn't have the natural. Well, he does obviously got loads of natural ability, but you know what I mean. He doesn't have that flair that the others have. But he's an unstoppable force, and and he's just he's the sort of guy who'll still be here in the next 5 years. He'll be cleaning it up, because he doesn't really get injured a lot either. Because I think whatever he does training wise, wherever he does,
incredibly fit,
and to keep that going, on the road all the time. I mean, tennis, you think about it, like, they're on the road a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a singular sport. It's not like football and other sports. So you're doing a lot of training out on your own. You got to do a lot of stuff, just you and your coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's to keep that going year in, year out. I don't know. I don't think people appreciate how hard that must be to do to keep that going and stay on top.
Yeah.
So what
I agree.
a
Unbelievable. Djokovic at his best can compete with Nadal at any surface. Nadal at his best only dominates on clay, says Irfan. Goon and Lee, Ethan says, Goon Lee, Nadal's best beats Djokovic. Nadal, unfortunate with the injury, and you're not seeing Djokovic beat Taylor Fritz with a torn abdominal. Nadal, the GOAT. Novak is the greatest, says Shush. GK says Djokovic has the strongest mentality. He took Federer's soul 3 times after he had championship points. I Like Sports says injuries are a part of the sport. Absolutely. Ronnie said Roger's style of play is sublime. That's the difference. Waleed asking if there's a biased Premier League show tomorrow on AFTV.
There is a biased Premier League show on AFTV tomorrow, and we will be discussing all the FA Cup games, including ours, of course, and looking forward to that big game at the weekend against Everton. So, yes, there will be. There will
Amazing. Ahmed says Nadal is like a bulldozer, and Djokovic has the heart of a lion as well as the never say die attitude. Look, it's been amazing. The Australian Open, if I'm just to sort of give my thoughts on it very quickly, I'll be honest, I think a tad disappointing with how it opened up for some players, the likes of Nadal not making it because of it. Going out early, injury affected him. Kyrgios not making it. Alcaraz not making it because of injury pre-tournament. It opened up for a few. Now Sinner, in fairness, went out to 5, in a 5-setter to Tsitsipas, and probably would have gone all the way, had he come through that game. And that was a good tie, and I enjoyed that. And Murray gave us some amazing moments. The Kokkinakis turnaround, the Berrettini 5-setter win, and that's all been fantastic. Coco Gauff, always a pleasure. And you've got everything that's happened on the women's side. Rybakina, finding her form, losing in the final, unfortunately, after winning Wimbledon as well. So, there's been lots to enjoy. But it's when is that moment when these younger players are going to really take it to them, and you've seen moments of it. Alcaraz winning the US Open, that was brilliant. Medvedev winning it the year before. But, it's when's that change going to come? Because at the moment, I see Djokovic ending on 26, 27 slams. He's on 22 now. Yep. That's just how good they are. But
we're probably going to sweep it up now this year.
What's that?
Watch out for a sweep now.
Yeah, maybe.
But this is the tenor on that.
But this is the guy. Ahmed says, "Where's Alcaraz?" This is the one. I think if he can get fit again, I think he's the one that can cause some serious damage. And Yannick Sinner's a top young player as well. But Alcaraz is the one I'm looking at. I'm thinking, when I watched him win that US Open final, he looked unreal. So let's see. But all right, we're going to leave it there. Robbie, thank you so much for joining me for the reaction at the end as well. It's
Johnny come lately.
Sorry?
Johnny come lately, yeah. But I was doing work, right? And transfer day will be out very soon.
Go check that out on AFTV. All Arsenal fans, we had some Arsenal comments coming in throughout the last 3 hours and 10 minutes. We've been streaming the Australian Open final. I'm going back to bed. But what a win for Djokovic. He swept everyone aside. Everyone. He dropped one set. There was a tie break against an unseeded French player. and he ended up winning the other 3 sets in that game, 6-love, 6-1, 6-2. So make no mistake about it, Djokovic was imperious this Australian Open. Thank you, Waleed. You've been there all stream. Appreciate it, as have many of you. Ironic Arsenal, I see you there as well. Plenty of you. Ahmed, it's been fantastic, having you all here. Thank you so much for joining us. Guna Lee at the end as well. We'll get you in on the tennis next time. And yeah, everyone, we are covering sport. What a way to ruin your outro. We are covering tennis more on DR Sports. And, maybe there can be some sort of weekly show, or there could be something, but around the slams for sure, we will be discussing it all the time. And it's been good to start 2023 with the Australian Open. It's over now. May, the next slam, the French, we'll see what kind of form Nadal hits going into that, but we will do some tennis updates in the months running up to all that as well. Robbie, a big thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Everyone go check out all the other content on DR Sports, and we'll leave it there. Many thanks.